Barangay Gihaugi Corazon. Querida, gianay kuno ihaw ni Anizumu. Who prometi how igwinay zaku. Zabay fan kay gihagi fiyon mo. Anay tsumiti how gipani Kuhasuput ikan tomu neni Zamampus maguftu Sagwaku inadzek mu querida, bonita Toda hit sin guinaita Bendition as to ustorta Hofa Mas para bay hugaw querida Miti how gipani Kuhasuput ikan tomu neni Zamampus magurzu Sagwahu inadzek mu querida, bonita Toda hit sin guinaita Bendition as to ustorta Hofa Mas para bay hugaw querida Querida Nina inzu ushaw para goku Hogutu nodan kita lohu Ira son para todo palabroso ikan toku Tiap mamagi haonen casamento Para taasa kwagi menanjus Kohu para hoku Para todo e tempo Querida, bonita Querida, bonita Querida, bonita Querida
Stay connected through The Link each morning on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Mayo from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Mayo from her beautiful blue seas, but I'm playing the game, trying to get to this fame. Oh, oh. Gotta think hard before I make decisions. Think about what I've earned and what's given. Think about my future and my love. Play some ball, mess around and switch it up. Mix some C's with some B's and make a book. Too many trees, they be starting to hurt my lungs. In the box doing nothing that they flown. What the hell am I doing? I got to run now. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I got some hearts to fill and break free from this habit of negativity. Oh damn weak, that be sticking to me like macaroni in K3. I'm far away from the comfort of my bed, but it's all good, just as long as I can keep my head. Yeah, I'll be back, don't you worry about that. But first I gotta get on track and make some tracks now. Miles, miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles, miles from her beautiful blue seas, and I'm playing the game. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got 200-300 in my wallet. I check the phone, see that nobody is calling. On the TV, everyone is balling like they stalling, but I'm stalling cause I'm all in. I think about the nice weather, cause I'm freezing in a big sweater. Haven't talked to G, Josh, even Mr. Sweller. Used to make hits and you know it lasts forever. Hey, take me back. Backpack, snapbacks, Kendrick on the Mac. Dreaming about putting Guam music on the map. Scheming about rhymes, we planning our attack. Hey, I'll be back, my homies. Please stay hungry, so you know that I'm coming. Make a few hornets, then add a few commas. Be honest, and you know you gotta stay humble. Now, miles from the place that I call, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles from her beautiful blue seas, and I'm playing the game. Yeah, trying to get to this fame. Miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles from her beautiful blue seas. Yeah, she's calling my name. Trying to get to this fame. Miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Hey, Miles from her beautiful blue sea. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Yeah, I'm playing the game. That Miles from the place that I call home.
The Link, here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
It's almost time to get malfunction in the morning. Kahulu. All right. Let's go, man. Come on. Kahulu. Wake up off my futon. Put my jewelry on. Rooster crowing at the break of dawn. Saying, RGC, Chris malfunction. Wow, see Chris malfunction. Brunette. Man on the mission. Secret agent malfunction head. Wipe the mugu from my eyes. I realized running late for work to on Bahaki t-shirt. I try to make a stop at Shorty Mart just to taggy empanada to jumpstart my heart. Eats adobo, got the breakfast, got a big heart in my chest, got to share with the rest, got to check it out to the malfunction, boys. Wanna make a noise, hoy, we're coming through your stereo with the lowdown on the local scenario. So come on, adjust your own bass and trebles for the malfunction hoys of some rebels.
Oh yeah, come on everyone, it's time to wake up, Kahulu malfunction style. Come on everyone, it's time to get up, another day on Paradise Isle. Come on everyone, it's time to wake up, Kahulu malfunction style. Come on everyone, it's time to get up, another day on Paradise Isle. Jump out my bed, hit my head, stub my toe, oh no, where'd my Dory go? I don't know. Time to take a shower and the water is cold. I got no choice cause the water heater's old. I look for my Dory in a hurry, vision's blurry. There it is. Now I need to find my glasses. What should I wear? My suit and tie? Or cut off shorts and t-shirt that says life on high? Come on everyone, it's time to wake up. Put some malfunction in your cup or your bowl. Julius is cruising in the stroll patrol, driving through your stereo. Inasi Nexi, Inashi Nard, island of Guam, always close to my heart. I was a rebel with a cause, so don't hit pause.
Rosinha Uli, Rosinha Uli, die sombranza ten maak. Et zu ita saluda, antes de nega. Radzaudzan malak estrezas durante todo el memu a nogi distancia como kupugi palu zaniman malak guafi con una sughiairi preba tu la noci nai banderata gaigi pues atan fanni bandera kau esta pagua pumalapa giluk tanu man libri sentami ti man ko badi.
Nafas of who I'm
love you, girl, like heavy on. So when you get up in that dress, you're the best by far. Your lips are smooth and looking so sexy. Girl, why don't you sit right beside me? Scoot, down there and drinking shots. Wherever you take it closer to your temperature gets a little hot now. Hey, man, she burning out the head. I ain't quenching it with no time. Hey, little wine. Remember me bending up with each other. Remember the long talks, the word they like is ODA. So the weekend escalate. Seems like we already determined enough. Jesse, yeah. Oh no, no. Love season is in progress. But don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. But you understand is gonna take you higher. So now watch I say, love season is in progress. But don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. But you understand is gonna take you higher. So now watch I say, go ahead and relax, baby. Time to take it slow. It's time to wind down and let your hair. And all my eyes to you stay. Well, I'm talking about pushing, love, and rhyming. Time the sheets is messy, baby. All up on the bed, the floor, the porch. I even by the back, by the front door. Yes, yeah. But when it's cold outside, I could be a fire. Or the wind against the high for you, girl. I'm going down. The body heat be getting higher on the table. You should have kept it my check and now you're in trouble. Your body comes, should have no way to touch you, yeah. Love season is in progress, it don't stress. Love like a furnace on fire. Not you and this flame, but I'll take you higher. So now watch I say, love season is in progress, it don't stress. Love like a furnace on fire. Not you and this flame, but I'll take you higher. So now what you say? There are a couple girls that I see, and they're looking so lovely. So I introduce myself, my name's Candy. She asks how you do it. What if the rest is magic on it, yeah. As they sing a song, the sound like the sea, yeah. Oh, yeah. The season is in progress, don't dance. Love like a burn is on fire. Not you and this time, but I'll take it higher. So now I just say, less is in progress. Don't dance. Love like a burn is on fire. Not you and this time, but I'll take it higher. So now I just say, yes, sir. What is your age? She kinda hesitate cause everybody plays the game. Well, I be to you what's so surprising? Was a stranger in your time you walk by me? Can we just walk? Let's have a talk. 1 minute and you will see. Oh, I can tell by your eyes to swing my way. It's a love that's for real, Miss Lady. Come on, wine with me. Now, baby, now she knows I gotta remedy the real thing. Not only physically, I need a lifetime lover. That's a lifetime lover. Now it's getting more serious. Don't be scared, don't be delirious. I need a lifetime lover. That's a lifetime lover, yeah. so incredible. Well, how we play. I'm for you and my heart. Girl, I had yours. No room to complicate. Just my appreciation for you. And girl, I love the way your body fits mine. Just a daily dose of your love. I need the most. I need your love, love, love. Love, because every morning, every day and night we argue, girl. Even though we always fuss and fight, you still mean the world to me. Let's try to fix the problems, cause we're falling apart. I'ma love you over again, like I loved you from the start. Yeah. Small kind lovers rock, high rise origination, marination right here. For all the lovers out there.
Good morning. Man, I'm happy to see you guys. Good morning on you. My name is Chris Barnett. Welcome to The Link, brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, ITD, and Jack in the Box on this Tuesday morning, May 17th, 2022. Good morning on you guys. Thank you for joining us here on The Breeze. We're KUAM FM and Agotnia, Guam. What's so funny? You know what is so funny? I have been getting teased since yesterday because I got a little emotional on the radio. Ooh, boy. I've always been in touch with my feelings. I'm a Virgo. That's what we do. We're in touch with our feelings constantly. But it was just kind of funny because, you know how it is on Guam, right? And especially being like kind of a joker, right? It's always the jokers who can dish it out, correct? The jokers can dish it out, but they can't take it. And, man, my phone was blowing up with all kinds of, first of all, thank you guys, the messages of support, being called a legend, the GOAT. I can't even get over it, man. I'm so humbled that, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know what to say. Thank you just doesn't seem like enough, but, thank you guys, really. I'm not even done yet, though. I still got 2 weeks left, guys. Good morning on you. Yeah, so anyway, my phone was blowing up, and, first it was like, hey, whoa, I heard, and then, saw you on the show, are you okay, da-da-da-da, and then, towards the late afternoon, the cellos started checking in, like, hey, bro, you all right, bro? You need a Kleenex? Hey, what's going on in there in the studio, bro? Were they cutting onions? That kind of stuff, right? And then when I got to the gym this morning, oh, boy, yeah, the gym, they're like, oh, you need a hug? It was only the guys, though. Only the guys were like, hey, you need a hug, bro? None of the ladies, they were like, you need a hug? It was just the guys were like, come on, bring it in, bro. Give you a hug. Yeah, but I'm good. Actually, I just got to tell you guys, I was not crying yesterday. I went over the tape about 20 times, slow motion, every angle, different cameras. There were actually no tears that were shed on the outside. What it was Joe Sir was in here making Denancy. Yeah, he was making Denancy. And, when you make the Denancy, it really messes with your sinuses and it causes a chain reaction. No, but thank you guys, man. It was... And I didn't want to get choked up reading that letter. I actually looked at it a couple times, like I said, over the weekend, and I was okay. But when I popped that envelope and opened it up and I saw that headline, the link says farewell on May 27th. It hits different when it's live. That's one thing I love about this format, live. You know what I mean? It's live. There's no pause. Yeah, we could throw a commercial break, but I couldn't go to commercial break in the middle of reading that press release after I teased it all weekend, so... It's 6:31. Good morning on you guys. Thank you. We did have a bunch of comments on the Facebook Live, of course. Thank you guys for joining us. Good morning, Mama Bear, Debbie Davis, Roberto Fraccassini. Good morning, Chamarita Regis, Rosemary Laguatnia. Good morning, Rosemary. Angel Pete Quintanilla Castro. Good morning on you. Good morning, all our Facebook Live listeners and viewers. Ken Paulino. And you know what? I want to explain because someone asked me yesterday why I was choked up and emotional. And there's a lot of different reasons, right? The first reason, I think, is that I don't want to feel like I'm letting you guys down.
And that's part of why I kept, doing this. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about walking away from all of this since before the pandemic. But when the pandemic hit and we got the call to do this show containing COVID, I knew that I couldn't walk away then because I really felt like, wow, the people of Guam, we need this show just to get the information out. And then it was like, in my head, I was like, I could give it 6 months, right? Because we didn't know what to expect with this pandemic. Well, 6 months turned into what? Is it 2 years or 3 years? 2 years? Almost three, feels like 8, right? Yeah, so I couldn't go before the pandemic. So I wanted to stick it out. And after the pandemic cleared, I think a lot of people, maybe they were making their plans before, and then the pandemic hit, and they waited until after to kind of, stick their finger in the air and be like, okay, maybe I need to make these big life decisions. And so, yeah, I don't want to feel like I let you guys down because I feel like a lot of people count on KUAM, and KUAM's always going to be here. Whether Sabrina leaves, I leave, Jason leaves, whoever leaves, KUAM is always going to exist, and it's always going to be, to me, the proving ground for trusted journalism. And that's where I feel like I didn't want to let you guys down because there's not a lot of people on this island who can look at the issues of the day and who can understand, all the little like political leanings and the dynamics between, this elected official and that one, people who can kind of look at things and just call the BS straight out. And I feel like that's kind of what I've been doing for the last 25 years, whether it was in a song or a skit or whatever, you know what I mean? Whether it was in our culture, our politics, our government, I just always trying to be a truth teller. And that's what I felt when I was telling you guys I was going to leave, is I feel like let's just be honest, there's going to be a loss. No one is going to, and I don't want to sound, big-headed, but it is what it is. No one can replace me. And everyone in the media is different, but that's just how it is. Like, there's not going to be somebody, and I hope someone comes along who can wake up in the morning and look at the news and figure out what's what and what's good and what's bad, and who can get people on to explain it. I really hope so, because there is going to be that gap, right? And I feel like who's going to win on this? It's going to be the politicians. The politicians are going to win because there's going to be, one less watchdog out there. And that's why I felt choked up, guys, because I feel like there's a commitment that I made to myself in doing this job. And when I first started out, I read something about the Beatles many years back. I'm a huge Beatles fan, but I read something about the Beatles and how they had always wanted to do like their more woke songs, if you will, right? Like you say, you want a revolution and those kind of like topical songs. But in order to do that, they needed to gain the audience with the I want to hold your hand and she loves me. Yeah. They needed to, sweeten the fruit punch or whatever. And then when they got that audience with the hee hee ha ha, as I like to call it, then they were like, okay, let's do like a Mr. Governor or whatever. And so it's the same kind of thing, right? When I started out, it was like a lot of joking, but I always had that in me where I wanted to be able to talk about things that people didn't really talk about and to try and make them funny, because it's something I always remember growing up from Mary Poppins. This is totally random. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But that kind of has been like my guiding thing, is like, okay, I want to tell people about this corrupt governor, but if I tell them about this corrupt governor, they might just flip. So you know what? Let me put it in a song. Or let me do an old lady voice and say this or whatever, you know what I mean? And so that's what I feel. And nowadays in 2022, I don't need a song, I don't need a skit, I don't need a joke. I just say it out, right? And so that's where I was coming from when I was emotional yesterday. Was sometimes I feel like the media, there's a big dam, and there's that, that whole thing where there's a dam and you're sticking your finger in the hole to try to keep the whole thing from collapsing. I feel like that's the media on Guam right now. There's a big battle. There's a huge battle going on with the media and the government and the media's ability to report, just the basic facts to you guys. It is a struggle. And I'm not saying necessarily that it's this administration. I think it's just the way things have evolved over the years, that we're now in this place where everybody wants to have their own media, including the government, right? We've got a public broadcasting service that is has stood up their very own newscast that competes with this show. And so it is what it is. And that's where I was coming from, because people said, oh, were you sad that it's like 25 years? No, that wasn't it. It's like I never want to let you guys down. And so that's where I was coming from. And I know I'm not. I mean, I'm confident in the team here at KUAM. They've always been great at molding talent, right? If you look at the talent who has come through KUAM, It is a who's who, a Mount Rushmore, if you will, of Guam media icons and legends. And you know what? When those people left way back, I'm pretty sure at the time people said, oh, that's the end of KUAM. And there's one thing you learn about this business that I've seen people come and go is you're here today, gone tomorrow. You know, they forget you fast. And so I just hope you guys, don't forget me that fast. All right. 6:37. So anyway, I just wanted to explain where I was coming from and that scientifically there was actually no evidence of a single tear that was shed, sir, on the outside. But yeah, it was emotional. That's where I was coming from. And then, there's other sacrifices that I made, that I didn't really think about when I kind of started this radio thing, like taking my kids to school. Right, there was only a couple years in here in the last 20 years where I had a shift where I was able to, take the kids to school, and it was cool, right? I mean, that's something you guys probably take for granted, something maybe you don't even want to do in the morning. But, after May 27th, it's something I'm going to be able to do pretty regularly, and I'm looking forward to that, right? Because it's a big, and it's never a sacrifice I regretted, but to, choose to share the morning with you guys for all these decades versus, sharing it with my family, that's a big thing for me. 6:38, Tuesday, May 17, 2022. Like I said, we got 2 weeks to finish this out. Facebook Live, thank you guys again. Good morning, Maria Pareto. Good morning, Chris, and to the staffs and to all that are listening here. Rose Beneventi comments, Buenos and off a day. Leslie St. Nicholas, good morning on you. Lynn Mantanonia Gumatautau, good morning. Emma Olalia, good morning on you. Mary May Macias, good morning. Nick Marlene Legaspi comments in here, good morning, Link family from Mungie Town. So sorry to hear that the show that we've grown to love watching every morning from the start of the COVID pandemic is coming to a close. Thank you for keeping us safe and informed. You will be greatly missed. Stay safe and good luck in your next journey. Thank you so much. Deborah Arbus comments, good morning, KUAM team from Southern California. All right, SoCal. Erlinda Alianza, good morning. By the way, guys, we're live on YouTube. We're also live on the YouTube. It hits different, the live stream on the YT, live on Facebook, and we live on Twitter, sir? No, we're on Facebook and YouTube. That's good enough. And radio, of course, The Breeze 93.9. Samantha Baker, good morning, Sam. Nestle Ranem, half a day. Half a day on you. Jury Midge, good morning, Chris, from me. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. Bev Tess Fegerger Solis, good morning. Claire Castro. Ooh, Chris, what a morning greeting. Good morning to you all. Good morning, F. Glenn Lujan. Thank you, my friend. Shot me a nice message last night. Diana May comments, good morning, Chris. Sad to hear you're leaving the show. KUAM was great following you all these many years. Thank you and good luck on your new venture. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate that so much. Irene Bruce Manzanares Bora, good morning, KUAM. I'm going to miss listening to you every morning. Thank you. Crispin DLG, good morning from Saipan. So who's taking over KUAM? Well, as you guys probably know by now, this show will end, the last broadcast, coinciding with my last broadcast. You get a twofer on Friday, May 27th. So it'll be adios to the Link and adios to Chris, both next Friday, okay? So we're going to have a good time. Good morning. Who else we got here on our Facebook Live? Jamie Lynn, Marie Lazama. You're one of a kind, Chris. Malfunction Nation, Zotnia rules. Good morning. Thank you. John Lastimosa. Good morning, Uncle John. Good morning, nephew. Bennett Lujan Duenas. Good morning. Rosemary Laguardia. It's just sad that there will no longer be a morning talk show, but we do have the hotspot. Yes, I wanted to say that. Yeah, we're not going to have the morning thing anymore, but the hotspot. Look at it this way. Sleep in a little bit, guys. Live your life. Join us for lunch on the hotspot. You know what I mean? There's always something cooking at the hotspot. Marcy Flores. Aye, Nenny. She comments, my head is still spinning. I'm feeling sad. I'm sorry, Marcy. We're going to make it better. I'm going to put aloe vera. Stephanie Similiano, good morning. Have a great day. You too, Stephanie. Roland Manglotnia. Oh, wait for it. You're still the one, Chris. Thank you. Ooh. Rosemary, but in all honesty, you're irreplaceable, Chris. Thank you so much. Samantha Baker, it's going to be hard to find someone who can call people out on their actions. That's what I personally admire of you. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate your kind words this morning. Okay. Yeah, we got a bunch of comments we'll get to, but we're running a little bit behind. Let's go ahead and get into the news, sir. Shall we? It's our first look at news here on the Link. And then we're going to be peppering in a whole bunch of malfunction. You know, I was thinking last night to do like a 20-some year retrospective in 2 weeks while still doing the morning talk show. It's going to be a challenge. But when I was going over a lot of the material, what I think is really cool about, and I talked about this yesterday, KUAM supported me in all the different phases and pivots that, I've wanted to do in this career. I feel like I've had like 10 different careers here at KUAM, right? I had a TV show. I've been a radio guy. I was doing the sports. I was doing investigative journalism. And so it's really cool. And I think a testament to how much this company has believed in me over the last couple decades. Wow, that sounds crazy to say out loud. Let's go ahead and get into the news. First look at news here, brought to you by Pacific Points with the very latest from the KUAM news team. It is your link update.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
How's it, everyone? Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and here are your headlines on the link. GovGuam's almost 7,500 retirees and survivors may see a modest increase in their annual cost of living allowance. A bill by Senator Amanda Shelton calls for a bump of $500 over the next 4 fiscal years.
GovGuam retirees have not seen a COLA adjustment in 7 years. In 2015, it went from an $1,800 annual payment to $2,000. The measure by Senator Shelton would increase the COLA to $2,200 in FY 2023 and then raise it by $100 a year until it reaches $2,500 by FY 2026. Retirement Director Paula Bloss says it's been suggested before to use percentage increases for the annual payments. But there's a problem with that.
The concern I think you would probably have is if you try to apply a percentage, those with the lower annuities would get much less than those with higher annuities. And right now, the majority of our retirees receive less than $40,000 a year.
$40,000 a year, they acknowledged, is not much to live on. The law also allows for the annual COLA to be pegged to consumer price increases, but DOA Director Edward Burns says he's not aware it's ever been adopted.
The federal government, as you pointed out, uses that methodology.
Yeah.
So if it were to be adopted or were to be actually actioned on Guam, I would agree that the CPI would be the appropriate statistic.
The Shelton bill appropriates some $16 million to DOA to cover the full cost of the increased COLA. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The Guam Election Commission is seeking some $600,000 to help pay for the primary election and early in-office voting. But the location of the selected early voting site has many people scratching their heads. KUAM's Nestor Lecanto explains.
It was Senator Tello Taitagui who asked the obvious question to Election Commission Director Maria Pangilinan. Why the Westin of all places?
It's just that the Westin is not very access friendly, but why the Westin? I mean, couldn't you find another location that's more convenient?
We went through the procurement process. We issued out an invitation for bid. They came to be the lowest, and they were still responsive even with the lower bid.
The money will come out of the general fund from collections in excess of adopted revenues. Westin will be paid $276,000 for 4,000 square feet of space from July 1st till the end of the general election in November.
It'll be not in the lobby area, but as you drive in, instead of going down to the lobby area, it's the place where the buses normally park, just as you enter Westin from the traffic light.
Taitagui also asked if there were any government-owned facilities available to save some money.
The first place we looked into was the University of Guam. The field house, because that's what we use, but we cannot have it for that length of time. And please note that at the schools, at the time we're requesting for the timing of the primary and the general, school is already open.
The Election Commission estimates there will be about 13,000 early voters, and early voting begins on July 28th. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And those were your headlines. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. And now here is your Tomorrow News Update with Uncle Ken.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Buenos tardes, tigetsun tubitunod sa morgen ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familian Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank. Sinaban titali na zaman ritira gi gobernamentong Guam si Nubi gizon niya kola. Ibiyon na si Senadora Amanda Shelton sa natisay magagana ni ritiraw siya 500 pesos entre 4 anos na tempo para mona. Iman ritiraw gi gobernamentong Guam sa timan Matsubi gizon niya kola. Pero 7 anos esta na tempo. Gi 2015 nasakan mahat sa distigmit 800 pesos esta 2000 kada sakan. Ibiyon na si Shelton sa natisa adzo esta 2,200 pesos. Gifiskaw nasakan 2023 10% pesos kada sakan. Ginata ti nasakan siya isa 2026. Isinibi sa para 7,465 na retirao dan ito na survivors. Ibiyon na si Shelton sa inatoriza 16 milyon pesos para gato gi Departamento ng Administrasyon pero kinubri entero i gasto ni Cola. Mas asunto, Imentug winigi studio ni KUAM sa espesyal na celebration. Ana yung mas malik yung man sen malik. Ana mandanya at sa maestro dan maestro gin ni GDOE ni man finalist para GDOE Teacher of the Year. Gipangin na mengo na dinanya sa mali si Stephanie Conception. Unjam malaw dan sen humiddi na maestrang gradon 4. Ginasanhaja na banda ni Isla. Hagal na di titulon Most Outstanding Teacher. Adyo na titulo sa Gosset sa Conception. Para intempon niya gititson niya dan para mo nagilinalon niya. A representa sempre si Stephanie. Isla taguan giyazi National Teacher of the Year na sa sedimento sa Washington, D.C. Gimas guya na pangin domingo na dinanya si Seferino Duaroson Jr. Maestrong gifted and talented sa Adacao Elementary na eskwela sa dosbaya esta finalist para Teacher of the Year sa ganay marsen megay na onra gi People's Choice na premyo. Sen naklo na congratulation para todi finalist ginhami gunigi KOAM para todi menawlig na bilan mimizu kada dia para ieslata. Yuto mo na suntog finatsamoro para paugan na matis gin ni KOAM News. Semana ng polisiya tulos semana sa este na tempo na ta-recognisay lalahi dan pamalawan na suit siya ni man protektahi sa man sasadbi. Gitinito ni semana managwa na di ceremony memorial peace officer gitaluan ni Domingo gi Memorial Batch Monument Park gitahagat niya pero maunra na pero mahaso di 19 na opisyal ni Fed sa Relay mentas masasadbi sa niya ni man matay. Yefen polisiya Steven Ignacio sa ngani KUM News na kadasakan gi 15 gimadzu mandanya siya pero maselebra maunra dan pero manay respeto di siya man matay na polisiya. Bahas siya mas para masusedi para este na okasyon pagod na semana ni magpo sempre giya di GPD Awards na banquet para Guam News Network kugbaw si Kin Conception. Yasuto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafato ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
Let us know what's up on our KOM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. Knowing our Pizza's the Hut.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutters, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore, only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Good eats, good company, and beyond good chow with Team KUAM checking out Guam's most tantalizing, tempting menu items. Every Friday on The Link, listen on Breeze 93.9 FM or stream online. Brought to you by Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Guys, this is all fundamental stuff we started 2 months ago. All we gotta do is trust in it and lean on it and believe in each other.
If you lose the championship this year, would you consider this a failed season?
Yeah.
Morning, 6:52. We did have a couple comments on the Facebook live stream here. What do we got here? Good morning on you guys. We're KUAM FM and Agani Guam on the Breeze side. Margarita comments, good morning, Chris. KUAM going to miss the link. It was my only in touch with Guam news that I thought was awesome and informative to listen to. So sad to hear that the link is being canceled, but thank you, Chris. Wishing you all the best, Margarita. Thank you, Margarita. Anthony Kaminga comments, Hafaday from Louisiana, Chris. Been listening to you since I was a kid. Still pull up old malfunction videos to laugh. A true Guam icon. Thank you so much for that, Anthony. And as I said, we're going to be taking a stroll down memory lane right over the next couple weeks. So I wanted to play this. It's just a little sniblet of a little something I did when I was, freaked me out. I was interviewed on international media about threats North Korea was making to Guam back in 2017, right? In 2017, this was a big deal because Trump had made that speech about the fire and the fury like the world has never seen. But nowadays, when North Korea launches a missile, we don't even notice anymore, right? So it's kind of interesting to watch this little sniblet, which was from the second version of the Malfunction TV show that I was able to do here at KUAM. And it's called In North Korea's Crosshairs. And the show will continue, brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, ITNE, and Jack in the Box. Good morning.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Guam is the target. Threat to the U.S. island territory of Guam.
Missiles directed at Guam
Are capable of hitting Guam. Guam. Guam.
Guam.
Guam. Guam. What about you personally, Chris? What do you think of all this rhetoric and brinkmanship that's taking place between Pyongyang and Washington?
I think we need to give diplomacy another try. You know what I mean? They kind of went 0 to 100 real quick, to quote a phrase.
Did he just quote Drake?
0 to 100 real quick. 0 to 100 real quick.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of Pacific Telestations, our employees, or advertisers.
Half a day. My name's Chris Malfunction Barnett. You might know me from radio, TV, stand-up comedy, or even social media. I've got something to say about everything. Sometimes I joke, sometimes I'm serious. But no matter what I do, I'm always Malfunction. Welcome to my show.
It was a Wednesday morning. I was awakened by WhatsApp messages. Cousins from the States telling me to wake up because Guam was on the news. Right away, I knew it couldn't be good. Because it's never good when Guam's on the news. It's either you wear grass skirts, brown tree snakes, child molesting priests, or someone wanting to blow us up because we have bases here. This time, it wasn't the Russians doing a flyby in their fighter jets. It wasn't the Chinese with the Guam killer missile. It was those pesky North Koreans.
North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un threatened to launch not one, not two, not three, but 4 nuclear missiles near Guam. Pretty sure they could put some missiles on Guam instead of near Guam. Just get the coordinates off any Fuckeye shirt. Launching 4 missiles seems like kind of a waste. Guam is so small, I'm pretty sure half a missile would do the job.
Anyway, if it hits us, hey, we die fast.
Yeah, and I will die fast unless we get radiation poisoning from nuclear fallout and endure an excruciatingly painful slow death. And when Fox News released this graphic, it paved the way for a typhoon of butthurt. And there's only 3,000 Americans on Guam?
Let's see what he does with Guam.
Oh, the memes.
Guam, USA is where I come from, and that's where I ought to be. Enjoying the girls along on the beach and under the coconut tree.
Who do you think is going to protect us more, the United States military or Santa Maria Camalan?
Santa Maria Camalan. I have faith in her. And I feel secure also with our military here on our island.
But Santa Maria Camalan got you feeling more secure.
Yes.
Right, yeah. My auntie told me that if North Korea shoots a missile to Guam, Santa Maria Camalan's going to wrap her hair around it and fling it back to North Korea.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
When North Korea news was reaching a fever pitch, then came the call heard round the world. He called him on his cell phone. President Donald Trump reaching out to Guam Governor Eddie Calvo. And while Trump has his share of haters in Washington, D.C., Governor Calvo had nothing but love for the Don.
I have never felt more safe or so confident. With all the criticism going on over there from a guy that's being targeted, we need a president like you. So I'm just so thankful, and I'm glad you're holding the helm, sir.
And leave it to President Trump to raise the bar when it comes to having someone's back.
Governor, I just want to let you know, we're with you 1,000%. I have to tell you, you've become extremely famous. All over the world, they're talking about Guam, and they're talking about you, and I think you're going to get tourism. I can say this, your tourism, you're going to go up in like 10-fold.
Did you hear President Trump's phone call with the governor?
About how it's supposed to boost our tourism? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
1,000%.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I went to Iraq. It wasn't very touristy there. So I don't know how war is supposed to boost anything except fear.
Then came the tips. What to do in the event of a nuclear missile strike on Guam. First and foremost,
just don't face the light and, take cover. Get to your cave real quick and stay in there.
And take a shower?
Wash yourself down properly.
But don't use conditioner.
Yep, that's true. So I guess all women are going to be without conditioner.
You're all going to be having some messy hair if the nuclear bomb hits.
Right.
What about the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner? Is that safe to use after a nuclear strike? It all ended up to be a big-time mullard, as North Korea announced it would put its plans to attack Guam on hold, probably because they found out their missiles couldn't reach Guam, which means North Korea was coming up short in the missile department.
People this day and age are crazy as hell, This guy's a nut anyhow. He just hot air.
Now that the smoke is cleared and North Korea is standing down, it's back to business as usual here on Guam. And I'm proud to say I'm eating kimchi bowl again. Silver lining, though, of living under threat of nuclear attack from North Korea, we all hugged our families a little bit tighter, and we remember just how precious life can be. Funny thing is, President Trump may have been right about tourist arrivals, because Guam definitely received a lot of exposure from these North Korea threats. So it's never too late to come visit Guam. And if North Korea ramps up their rhetoric and threatens us again, if we do die from a nuclear missile strike, you won't need to go to heaven, because you'll already be here in paradise.
Santa Maria.
here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Hey, good morning. Morning. Bananas of Duo 701 on the breeze. Margarita comments in here to my sister, leaving on a jet plane right this minute. Safe travels, sister. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning. Michael Monesa Nauta comments in here. Therese Duenas. My husband and I will miss you on KUAM News Live. Thank you for your public service to our island community and best wishes. Thank you so much, Therese. Lawrence Laguatnia. Hoy, Zan Mananasidulas Guahan. Good morning on you. Tino and Jenny Blas Conceição comments in here. I was shocked to hear that the link will be coming to an end. We're truly going to miss you in the show. I'll be back from Portugal to catch you on the radio waves before it comes to an end. I've followed you since the days of prank calls and political songs. We will truly miss you and wish you and your family the best in the future. Thank you so much. The Teacher of the Year gave a great speech here. Stephanie Conception, it was a really tough competition this year. There's every year is a bunch of great candidates, but Stephanie was the winner. She is the Teacher of the Year. We are now going to play her remarks after winning this great honor. Again, it's a 2022 Teacher of the Year, Stephanie Conception, with her winning speech here. Good morning. 7:03 on the link. My name is Chris. Good morning on you.
Well, hey, look who just happened to drop into the KUM News Zoom room. It is our newly inducted Teacher of the Year, Miss Stephanie Conception, the pride of Talafofo Elementary School. Miss, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, and congratulations once again. Stephanie, you gave such a wonderful acceptance speech, and I guess my first question is the most obvious. How have the last 36 hours been for you and your family?
It's been like a roller coaster ride, honestly. I still think I'm dreaming right now. This hasn't sunk in yet, but all the support I've been having here at my family and the school has been so amazing. And by the other finalists, the support has just been so amazing. And it's just been such a wonderful experience.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about that when you actually showed up to Talafofo Elementary School? You probably passed that gate home with the Tigers, so many times and everything. But when you went into your homeroom, now knowing in your mind and in your heart that, you are the Teacher of the Year, how did your students greet you? What did the fellow faculty members, your administration, how did they receive you?
So as I was pulling in the gate, I saw a long line of people with pom-poms and everything. So I kind of knew they were going to do something. So they were recording. And when I got down, everybody's yelling and screaming, congratulations. And I was like, Viva Talafofo. It's been 52 years since the last Teacher of the Year for Talafofo Elementary, since they had one.
More than a half century.
Yes, I wasn't even born yet.
Neither was I. Well, let's just say that, right? So, you talked about this when I did the interview with you and everything. Is you're a proud daughter of the South. You're born and raised in Inalahan, and you teach in Talafofo. What does it mean to you to have that kind of Southern sensibility, and to be able to interact with kids from that part of the island, and just have that regional connection with them?
It's very amazing to be down here. Everybody is so calm and collective here. It's like the students, the faculty, the staff, the community itself, they're just so welcoming and everything. They're so supportive in every step of this way. It's so amazing. I just can't even explain it right now. It's the kids are so wonderful. They just all many times, and it's like another way of feeling appreciative in another way, but this was all for them and they know it. And the first thing one student said to me was like, wow, Miss Concession, we were watching last night and you said we were the best students. And I said, this is for you. And I let them hold the the reward, the trophy, and I took pictures of each and every one of them, saying that this is their reward, also not mine.
Wow. I was going to say that because when you gave your acceptance speech up on our stage here in the KUM studios, you said, this is for my kids, this is for my family, this is for my village, this is for my school, this is for my fellow finalists, and you acknowledged like everybody there. I mean, you gave so much effusive praise, to everybody but yourself and everything. And I think that speaks volumes of who you are as a teacher and the approach you bring into the classroom.
And it's still for them. Even when we watched it, everyone's like, oh, congratulations. So it's like, congratulations to you guys. You guys are the reasons why we have this. And everybody's like, no, congratulations to you. And I'm like, this is a team effort. This has always been for all the teachers. And I accept this award for all those amazing teachers out there. And, that's what really pushed me to do this, are the kids and everybody else, because this wasn't really for me. It was to represent the hardworking community that come together just for the students themselves.
Absolutely. Well, now that now you are a teacher of the year, you're going to represent the entire island. So you're Jigo all the way down to Humatec when you go and represent us in the States. So what do you know about what your schedule and what your agenda is going to be like, when you are basically the Guam's teacher of the year now, going out to the mainland?
I'm not too sure. We were questioning Dr. Benji like last night. Dr. Benji, what do we have to do? What do you do? And it's I haven't learned the schedule yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to give it to me soon. But I already know that the superintendent visit all the southern schools, I think, today, and he happened to come to my class too. And I don't know what the schedule is going to be like, but he said it's going to be a busy schedule, and I'm pretty sure it will be. But I'll do it for all the teachers and kids.
Well, Stephanie, you got so many comments last night on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and everybody was saying, she treats us like we're family. Oh, congratulations, Misconception. You totally deserve this. She's the nicest person. Everything. I mean, we got hundreds of comments of people that were so proud and pleased, to be associated with you, to do that. And we know you carry that with you as you go on to the next stage of the competition. And I wanted to say, Stephanie, that we didn't have this as part of our broadcast last night, but when we walked you out, like we ushered you outside, you must have had at least 36 members of your family waiting outside our studios. And we took a lot of pictures in here, so we were in here for a while. It was about maybe a good 15-20 minutes. You walked outside, everybody was waiting for you. Everyone was doing the high beams, honking their horns. They had the confetti poppers and everything. That was a total surprise for you. So we put that on Instagram. But how did that make you feel to be able to celebrate with your blood family as well? And how are they part of your support system as you build your career and as you've, grown as an educator?
My family have always been the backbone of me, and I wouldn't be here without wonderful role models in my family. And my husband and my kids are very supportive of me. My girl is kindergarten with autism. The minute I came outside, she was jumping up and down, and she's like, I'm so proud of you, Mommy. And, she has overcome so much of her autism, and she was nonverbal, and now she's so verbal. And then my youngest girl said, I love you, Mommy, and those are the best rewards ever. They're my support system. My older daughter's like, she's got confidence. And my son calls all the way from Germany. He's serving in the army in Germany. And he calls saying, you deserve this since a long time. You've always did so much for us as kids. It didn't matter if it was in a family or if it was at school or just anybody's kid in general.
Was he watching on YouTube, your son?
Yes, he was.
Okay, I think I may have heard someone screaming all the way from Europe, so now I know who that was.
Thank you.
There were really loud congratulatory, just really, really proud, like applause and screams coming from Europe. So that was family members of yours.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, Steph, how many boxes of Kleenex have you been through? Because I know you let your emotions just basically come out last night. I saw you cry like at least 3 times. So how many boxes of Kleenex did you go through already?
A lot. I've been crying since this whole process started. And even to feel like when the 6 finalists and I were together, I felt like I was alone. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I crying? And then when I found out that the others cried too, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not alone in this. We're all together, and it's been such a dynamic relationship with the 6 of us. And without them, honestly, this process would have been harder, and without my coworkers and my school. And, we were even talking about the whole process, how how did your school help you, through this whole process? And I was telling them, I didn't come here alone. My co-teachers, the faculty, everyone has just been so helpful in every process, in every step of the way. I mean, even when I was getting ready for my interview, my admin, my co-teachers, my friends, they all came to my classroom and we were practicing. Like, you don't know what they're going to ask you, but none of those questions are on the interview thing. So, but at least they got me out of my shyness, because I'm kind of shy.
Well, I would hope that you would have an appreciation for what a beautiful thing a pop quiz is.
Yes.
Okay, now I do have a couple other questions to ask you, but we're both proud Islanders, and you're a wonderful Chamarita. So of course, food is a big thing in our culture, right? What was the first thing you ate after you were named Teacher of the Year?
Mm-hmm. KFC.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Only because
original recipe or extra crispy?
Original.
Okay, very nice.
Because everybody was waiting at King's and they already were done eating, so I didn't want to go back. And I was like, I'll just eat something on the way home, and it's fine.
Very,
but
very
I did
cool.
have my shrimp Kelaguen this morning.
Oh, nice. Hey, treat yourself. You're Teacher of the Year. You absolutely deserve it. Okay, so maybe for some final closing thoughts from you, Stephanie, what words of wisdom could you give to young teachers just getting into the profession, or there may be aspiring teachers who are just at UOG now and they're like, I want to major in education because I watched that program on KUM and Stephanie Conception really spoke to me, and I saw the joy with which she teaches and the support she got and everything. So what life lessons and career lessons can you possibly give to people who are just getting into education?
I would just tell them that, as lifelong learners and educators, that, we're going to go through many different paths in our lives, but we just need to realize that the outcome of everything we do for kids is amazing. The more we work with them and develop their thinking skills, the critical thinking skills, or whatever it may be, let them learn how to read or how to do math, that all these little rewards that you see in the kids will make a difference someday. I just want them to know that teaching is such a great career for everyone, that it's inspiring to be one, because the rewards are not the pay. The reward is always that feeling. Like, I had a former kindergarten student, message me in this thing that, you were one of the best teachers. This is why I'm at school. This is why I'm going to be a teacher. You inspired me to become a teacher. And that was like the most self-rewarding thing about being a teacher, are making that little difference in someone's life.
Mm-hmm. Well, some people would call, the profession of teaching a thankless profession, but clearly the passion that you bring to the industry, and what is not a job, it's truly your calling and everything like that. That's so evident and obviously clear why you were selected as the 2023 GDOE Teacher of the Year. So Stephanie Conception, again, 4th grade teacher at Talafofo Elementary School. Stephanie, congratulations once again, and we wish you the very best. And we're going to be on this journey with you, because we'll be following you along, and we'll be cheering you along all the way.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Stephanie.
Subscribe to our KOAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KOAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KOAM Communications. Go to KOAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
Start off your middays with the menu on KUAM News Hotspot, your preview to the big news items. Broadcast on KUAM TV 8 weekdays at noon with live stream on our social media platforms, plus an encore at 5 p.m. on KUAM TV 11.
The Menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
You could be the coconut, I could be the kombu. You could be the rice, I could be the kadu. You can be the dondi, I could be the lomog. You can be the gout that I get when I'm zomo. You can be the wind to blow on my dug. If you like it rough, feel the causes on my foot. When you be my mom, don't forget to fangini. Then I'll find a girl if you like it to my guini. Don't know how I'll support you, and I know that I can't afford you, but in time you'll be my porgy. Public health's all we need, you're the one who blacked my eye, and your punch was very cherry. I wanna be your only guy, but I'm scared to get married again. Oh, go up at a guau, whoa, night at a home. Louty perfect zoo, so nobody's perfect, dude. You could be the guela, I could be the guelu. I can ask permission to hang with my cellos. You can be Doodus, I can be Doomac. We can catch crabs, girl, down at the godsang. You be the Teresa's, I'll be the pot. When we get domestics, I'll peel out in my truck. When you be my mom, don't forget to fangini. Then I'll find out, girl, do you like it to my guini? Don't know if we're related. I'll deck all the guys you dated. In time, you'll be my porgy. Public health's all we need. You're the one who slashed my tires. I still can't find my own machete. Roll down the window with the pliers. Don't break my heart like it's risquetti. Oh, go up at a guau. Whoa, night at a home. Loud to perfect zoo. So nobody's perfect, dude. You're the one who slashed my tires. I still can't find my own machete. Roll down the window with the pliers. Don't break my heart like it's risquetti. Oh, go up at a guau. Whoa, night at a home. Loud to perfect, dude. So nobody's perfect, dude. 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 The only perfect one in this world is Jesus Christ and Santa Maria Carmelin. I know right now we're all having a hard time because of the COVID, but remember to keep on praying and stay home. Okay? Okay. You could be
that song. Is that, I don't know, whenever I'm in a relationship and I write a song about the person I'm in a relationship it's like a jinx. It just always ends after that. But it's a great tune. I get a lot of requests for it, and unfortunately everything's cool, and I still could play it here in 2022 for you guys. Good stuff. Love that one. I was feeling that too, man. Huh? Don't break my heart like it's Roschetti. Have you ever broke a Roschetti? You know what I mean? You cannot put Roschetti back together again. That's what I meant in that line. And I hope if you ever had your heart broken, it's good for your soul, first of all. And, condolences. But I hope you felt that, guys. Because, like I said, when you crumble a Roschetti, right? If you break my heart like a plate or a glass, we can sweep that up and with a little super glue, put it back together just fine. But Roschetti, there's no coming back from a Roschetti style break. 721. Hey, I wanted to play a prank call. We're about to get in here with Chief Judge Francis Tidenko Gatewood, Sergeant Paul Tapao, Guam Police, and Marie Bonito of Special Olympics. No, my mom is telling me she's playing the radio at home, and the puppy Paka is trying to climb up on the radio because he hears my voice. I want to play this prank call. I did it to a cafeteria worker, and the setup was funny. I told her that I found a pubic hair in my child's lunch. So here it is. It's a little classic malfunction prank call, and the link will continue with some newsy stuff, right, as we're in the midst of our 2-week farewell to yours truly here on the link, brought to you by Cavo Enterprises, ITD, and Jack in the Box. Good morning.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, is this Merced?
Yes.
Hi, Merced. You know, one of my children goes there to Marisa Elementary.
Yes.
You work in the cafeteria, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you know, my daughter had found a hair.
Hair?
In one of the meals yesterday. And I
yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what is your daughter's name?
Well, that's the thing is I don't want her to, I don't want you guys to retaliate against her.
Oh, no, we don't do such things.
Well, no, because I just wanted to call in and just, because it was a pubic hair.
A pubic hair?
Yeah. I just want to make sure it doesn't happen again just to give you guys a heads up,
You know what? I have no idea how that pubic hair got in your daughter's food, but...
Miss,
gosh, I don't know what to say.
It's not really a laughing matter because, there's a lot of germs that are, in the pubic hairs.
I know it's not a laughing matter, but...
But it just sounds like you're taking it as a joke.
No, I'm sorry if you took it that way. But, I think it's best if you talk to my supervisor, my manager about this.
Well, no, because she mentioned your name specifically.
My name?
You're Mrs. Matagalai, right?
Matagalai, yes, that's my last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe you had gone to the bathroom or something and you had the hair on you and you didn't know or something?
Oh, my goodness.
Because
Who is this again?
my lawyer says I have a really good case.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Hold me.
Miss.
You should take that. It's for you. I don't know. When I use the bathroom and Hello?
Are you still going to laugh about this? Is it still...
No,
okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty shaken up right now.
Okay, because you know what?
I know. We never had a problem in our school before. This is the first time. Especially pubic hair.
Yeah, because I know it's your birthday today.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Who's this?
This is Malfunction.
Oh, my goodness, I'm going to get that person that called you.
Well, you're going to have to get your son-in-law, John, because he asked me to call you up and mess with you.
My son-in-law, John? Yes, I'm going to get him. Oh, my goodness. See, my glasses fell, and the lens came out. I'm going to get him. I can't read without my glasses.
A day.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Hey, happy birthday, Merced.
All right, thanks.
True story. Good morning, 726. We did have some comments here on the Facebook Live. Verna comments, so happy and proud of you, Stephanie Camacho Conception. We just love you. Teacher of the Year is Stephanie Conception. Verna, again, 2 from the South back to back. I'm so proud to be from the South and teach in the South. I have taught many kids from her family. I have her niece in my class now. What a humble and loving family. It was so beautiful to watch them greet Stephanie Camacho Concepcion. Anthony Kaminga, hey, Chris, can you give a shout out to my daughter, Haley Kaminga? She won the best of 5th grade literature with a poem about Guam. Wow. In Northwest, or what is NW, Louisiana? In Louisiana. That's in American states. Yeah, so that's amazing. She won a best of 5th grade literature. Anthony, send me the poem. Or if you have a video of your girl reading it, I'd love to share that with our audience. I wrote a poem about Guam once. One of you guys ever, Guam is good, Guam is hot, Guam is just such a little spot. I'm kidding. I didn't write that. That was Casey. Good morning. Let's head into the KUAM News Link Zoom room where we have, in the name of kickball, or hold on, sir. Actually, let's take a break because Your Honor is coming back in for this next interview. So, yeah, we'll take a quick break. We're coming back with Chief Justice Francis Tydenko Gatewood, Sergeant Paul Tapau from the Guam Police Department, and Marie Benito from Special Olympics Guam. We are talking kickball. That's right. They've got a bunch of slots open. There's actually no limit to the amount of kids who can participate in this kickball tournament, and so we'll get all the info, and we'll show you some great, we got some great pics and some great vids of a practice they had last weekend to pop up during the interview. So that's coming up right after the break, right here on The Link.
Crunchy taco.
Subscribe to our KOAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KOAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KOAM Communications. Go to KOAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
you want to work?
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm having problem with my water line.
What's the problem, sir?
Too many air coming out, hardly water coming out, only like a drop, drop, drop.
Yeah, but there is water coming out, no?
A little bit only, like maybe every 1 cup of coffee glass is maybe about 1 point, maybe 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah, but it's water, no?
No, mostly a lot of air.
Yeah, but there is water coming out of the tap.
Yeah.
Okay, then what's the problem?
Yeah, but mostly air in there, and the pipes shaking.
Yeah, mostly air, and what's the rest?
Huh?
What's the rest? If it's mostly air, what's the rest?
Water.
That's right, so what's the problem?
Shaking the pipe too much, eh?
Yeah, but there's water coming out, no?
Yeah?
Yeah, so what's the problem? Why are you calling?
The pipe is shaking every time I turn on the pipe.
The pipe is shaking? Quit shaking the pipe now, are you Canany?
No, it's not the air coming up from the faucet, eh?
There's air coming out of the faucet?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else is coming out of the faucet?
Water.
Yeah, so what's the problem? Water's supposed to come out of the faucet, now?
Yeah, but it's damaging the pipe, eh?
Yeah, maybe you're the one that's damaging the pipe. Don't drop the pipe, Pari.
No, the pipe is on its place in the ground.
It's on its... The pipe is on the ground?
Yeah, and I surfaced the pipe to the wall, eh?
The pipe is on the ground, but it's coming out air?
No, I surfaced my pipe, the water pipe.
Okay, sir. Well, you know, you shouldn't be working on any of the pipes. You should let us work on it so we can break it ourselves.
Yeah, but I already paid for somebody there to surface the house there.
Yeah, what's your address?
Salampago, Santa Cruz Street.
What house number, man?
144.
Yeah, we'll send someone there probably next month. You gonna be home?
Why next month, bro?
Because we're busy, man.
You people like to put a new meter and you're going to make me wait for next month to come over here and...
Well, you know, sir, I kind of put you on priority because you have water.
Yeah, but he's damaging my pipe.
Yeah, but there's water coming out, no?
Hey, bro, you know what, bro?
What's up? What's up, bro? You want to jam, bro?
Hey, bro, don't make me mad, bro.
Dude, don't make me mad because I know where you live, man.
Hey, I know where you live too, bro.
Oh, where do I live at, bro?
Huh?
Huh?
I know where you live at, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro, I know where you stay, Chalampago, bro.
Hey, bro, I know, I'm telling you, right? I know you're telling me because you asked me.
Look, why don't you go wait outside and we'll come and fix the water even though you got water. You know, you shouldn't even be complaining. There's people without water out there and you're complaining that you just got little.
Yeah, but it's damaging the pipe.
Yeah, and I put down the pipe and I'll be down.
Okay.
All right? Okay, shoot.
The link. Here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
On the pipe, Jello. Tuesday, May 17. Let's head into the KUM News Link Zoom room where, we were just sorting out some technical difficulties with Chief Justice Francis Tedinko Gatewood. Good morning, Your Honor. And thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we got that figured out. So she was coming in on the phone, or she was using the desktop computer and it wasn't working, so she went on the phone, but then she was popping up on the phone. And it was like a 2-camera operation. I saw 2 of you. I felt like I was in the multiverse. So I'm glad we worked that out. Right. It's that Windward Hills internet, I guess. Sergeant Paul Tapau, also here. Good morning. Marie Benito, Special Olympics Guam. So we're doing kickball.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Sarge, long time. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
Still getting some used to that. This is your last 2 weeks, so not great times.
Yeah, I know you got requests, so just text me your request, Sarge. How's the new role?
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean it's this last 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, Your Honor, I did an announcement yesterday, a joint announcement with KUAM that the Link show will be discontinued on Friday, May 27th, and that's also going to be my last broadcast, ever.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, I put in my 2 weeks.
Are you running for office as well?
Right now, I'm just focusing on finishing out my time here at KUAM, and then I think any decision I'm going to make about my future, I'll make, when I'm on my own time.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
Good luck to you, my Trello.
Thank you, Sarge.
We'll miss you, Chris.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Your Honor, and good morning.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, we still got a couple weeks left, so let's make the most of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into this kickball. You okay, Your Honor? Don't worry. I'm
good.
I still got your Denancy. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
That's taken care of. All right, 7:37. So we're talking about kickball with Special Olympics Guam, and this is awesome. And so we actually are fortunate enough to have a little bit of video to share during the interview. So I don't know who's going to go first to tell us about this awesome outreach that involves a lot of great people in the community.
We'll let the chief have that honor.
Your Honor?
Okay, all right. Well, okay, so Guam's Law Month 2022 Hagen Games is sponsoring the Special Olympics. And when I say we, it's the District Court of Guam, the Judiciary of Guam, and the Guam Bar Association in particular. The Governor's Office and Lieutenant Governor's Office and all of Guam's law enforcement and public safety agencies and federal law enforcement agencies have also partnered with us this year. And it was a collaboration with Sergeant Paul Tapau from Guam Police Department, and he can speak a little bit about the kickball event. And he'll talk to you about how many Special Olympic athletes we have registered. So we have the kickball event and the Career Day Opportunity event. And so our law enforcement stakeholders, federal and local, will have displays representing their agency to show the children, what they do, so the children can see, touch. I shouldn't even say children. There's some adults there as well, to see, touch, or hear any demonstrations pertaining to their field of work. And I think our team has put together a chance for them to be honorary officers. They've put together an opportunity for them to be honorary officers. And excuse me, can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you, but we lost the video. Go ahead, Your Honor, because we're playing B-roll actually over the interview. So right now what we're looking at is some really cool footage up at the, this is GFA in Harmon, right?
Sorry.
And this is from last Saturday's practice.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarge, did you want to speak up while the chief figures out the Zoom?
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
I want to thank the District Court of Guam, in collaboration with the Hagen Games. We were honored and blessed that the ability to work with Special Olympics. Marie, thank you for your time with our Olympians. As you can see in the B-roll, I think I had the biggest smile from ear to ear. And it was, I'm a soccer buff, and opposite side of the pitch, you had a championship match that I could have easily been distracted and focused on that. But playing with the athletes, the Olympians, was really one of the best thing I've ever done. Even my wife was there because one of her students is also going to be participating in this, and she teaches second grade. So seeing, her student run around and just engage, it really shows the power of play, and there are no barriers. There are no disabilities, so to say. When we engage, when we have the ability to engage and make an influence in an individual's life, and just to see the smiles and hear the laughter, I think that is the greatest reward. So we're really excited for this, Chris. This is something in which the Guam Police Department champions itself with our community oriented policing. It's a great way to engage with the community. We're collaborating with the judiciary side. You have the executive branch and the judiciary side usually we go one way, they go the other way.
Right,
but
yeah.
seeing the officers come together for this event, working with our federal counterparts, Your Honor had graced us that day, and the kids, the athletes, the adults that were participating. It was just a practice session, but we had a great time. So we're really excited for this. Kickball it's a low impact sport. Anybody can play it. There's no participating in everything, and we can make the adjustment accordingly so that everybody is a part of the event. So come on out, May 22nd at the Guam Football Association, and I would be remiss if I don't thank GFA, the staff at GFA. They're Mr. Valentino Sengil. The organization there, they open up GFA to host this event. So,
you got some pull, Sarge. Sarge, you got some pull, because I know they're real particular with what can be done on the pitches there. So glad you're able to work that out. Matt, I wanted to move over to Marie. Marie, I know you guys had a couple Special Olympics events, but more like smaller scale, right? So, outside of the big one we usually have every year, this is like the first. I mean, I'm excited about this because you can see in the video how happy the kids are to get out and to kind of like just play ball, right? And not worry about stuff.
True. That's so true, Chris. Because of the pandemic, everybody's been kind of idle, and this is a great way to come out in full force. But, we just finished our badminton sports program, so that was a huge success. So then we go into Hagen Games, and it's really amazing, this program. And thank you, Chief Technical Gatewood, and all the law enforcement out there who put this together. Because it's a huge task, the back end, but the athletes are ready, they're excited, they're ready to go in, full force and just have fun. That's what this is all about, just having fun and just getting them out there and get physical. So if we're still open, I know the chief mentioned that earlier, but right now we have 36 committed athletes, but the interest is still ongoing. So we believe that number will rise before Sunday. And we're still showing a lot of interest and look forward to other athletes coming out. So this is great. It's a community partnership. We also have one with Guam Football Association, Guam National Badminton, and now this, hopefully, I'm not sure if this is going to be accurate, but this is a great, amazing program. And it gets the athletes out there and to actually see law enforcement. That really, it's really exciting for them.
Right.
So this is great. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and Chief, if you want to talk about what Marie said about seeing law enforcement, seeing the chief out there, but not in a setting where it's intimidating or in a setting where they're like, oh my god, right, in a fun setting, not in like you're on trial kind of setting.
I'm sorry about that delay. I don't know why I'm having problems with my computer, but anyway, yes, I was with Paul on Sunday afternoon with the kids at the practice session, and I shouldn't say kids, Special Olympians, and they were excited. And I think that when they see like a police officer, a fireman, they see a marshal, all of these men and women in law show their uniform, show their job duties and so forth. In that setting, in a like you said, Chris, not in a setting where they're going to get in trouble, but more friendly environment, I think it'll be inspiring for them. Maybe some of them could dream to be an officer or even become one. Sure. But it was just really heartwarming to see the parents there, Paul, as you and I were there on Sunday. And Paul was working hard, having the Olympians kick the ball, run the bases. I got to tell you, I really enjoyed that.
Your Honor, have you played kickball back in your younger days?
Of course.
Right on, yeah.
Hey, I'm from Georgia.
I know. I heard you were the champ.
Hardly.
Sarge, with the, so I know you're not the PIO necessarily with GPD anymore, and you're heading up this great, awesome division that's, a big part of this whole kickball tournament. I wanted to just ask you, what's that been like for you? Because I know that's kind of like that's where your heart has really been over the last few years. And I know that you've done a ton of outreach, and I'm just really happy for you.
Thanks. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I did have to really adjust what I was doing, my professional side with the Guam Police Department, and seeing that Officer Sevilla had stood up to the task and, being able to run with it. I personally saw the need to really re-engage. It's been 2 years. Yeah. It's been a hiatus. And, when the chief had instructed or, asked if I can go down and attend the meeting, the first meeting, I bought into it. And I was like, okay, this is a great step in taking the proper steps and coming back into the community. And what greater way than working with our Olympians and, our Olympians in all shapes, sizes, and, it's exciting. And, Your Honor, you said I was working hard. I was having a blast. I can imagine what it's going to be like on Sunday. And, I got into the car and my wife was really, and I want to thank her, she is a teacher and she came out because she wanted to support her student. And she was running the bases with him. And it was the most beautiful thing, man. And like I said, you have a championship match on the other side of the pitch and we're here. And it was just really to have that engagement. It really is truly special. I knocked myself in the head and I asked, why have I not been involved with the Special Olympics Guam? Why only now? And I think the good Lord is really placing good people in places to meet so that we can, collaborate and continue the work, the good work that each and every one of us has been doing for the community. So, Your Honor, Ms. Benito, thank you so much for the work that you guys have done and giving an opportunity for the Olympians to participate and be a part of something special. And GFA has a lot of things in store for them. We want to make them feel like they're going to do the famous FIFA walkout. And, we did that with the soccer tournament, and the kids that never were a part of GFA soccer development, just the elementary grade levels that were walking out, our Olympians are going to be really excited when they introduce them and they come out and, and support and everything. So it's going to be exciting. The bells and whistles with a lot of our assets are going to be there. Nice. The kids are going to interact with a lot of law enforcement counterparts, and it's going to be a great opportunity for the community to come out and see the collaboration with, our federal side, our local side, our nonprofit organization, because it does take a community to bring hope, spirits, and uplifting for those that may be down in the rut with the pandemic. And like what Ms. Benito had mentioned, it's a great opportunity to be outside and play, and anybody can do it. So, we can make the adjustment. We can adjust accordingly with the needs that when we make the assessment, and we're gonna be able to do that on Sunday.
Right on, Marie.
Can I just add, Chris? The Guam Bar Association President Jackie Terlahi is also very much involved in this, and she's very excited that the Guam Bar, all the lawyers are going to try to come out too, Paul and Marie.
That's wonderful.
Because it's our it's our Italian Games, which is annual. So it's not just our law enforcement officers, but the lawyers who take these cases to court and execute the type of assistance that are needed for some of our victims and so forth. So anyway, I just thought I'd add that, Chris.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maria, I wanted to ask, because we did have a comment. I know we're talking about outside play, but Bev Test comments in here. Will the Special Olympics also continue their bowling league this year?
Actually, no. Unfortunately, we made our plans back in November about what sports to play. And, we were looking at the time, the mandate was to mask and 6 feet apart the distance. So we decided to just do the outside sports and not indoors, which of course would be against the mandate.
Right.
So we have softball coming on, and then soccer in September. Softball starts May 28th. So if you're interested, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow.
And so bowling will pick up next year. Thankfully the mandate has been lifted, so that's in line with our program, because we had already discussed this last year before they lifted the mandate.
Right. Yeah.
I'd like to add also, in line with what Paul mentioned earlier about the joy. That's why we do what we do, is because for the kids, and And the community, our community, I have to say, is one of the most generous, and I've said that before, because without them, the community, our partnerships with TFA, Guam National Badminton, and now, Long Week, they all make it happen. They make it happen. We're just the wheel that gets it going, but we all volunteer. All our board members are volunteers. We don't get paid to do any of this. We do it to get the kids out because we love what we do, and the joy, the opportunity we're giving the kids. Because, the power in sports is huge.
Yeah.
It gives them skills, it gives them joy, and then the skills. And also very important is the friendships that they create. So every sport, because most athletes would follow our sports, and every time they come out for a sport, they're so excited to see their friends that they haven't seen in weeks. So I'm glad that, Paul, you had that feeling. Chief, you've had that feeling already for 2 years. So Paul, you've been working really hard to get that kickball with Sam going. We really appreciate everything you're doing. And we're going to have tons of fun on Sunday.
There you go.
That's for
Sunday. Marie, if people want to come watch or participate, can you throw out the contact information before we let you guys go?
Absolutely. We have Laura that actually was the coordinator in this Hagen Games, Laura Tysapik, and her number is 482-5853. And it's open to all ages. Again, we have as young as 8, and as, the oldest we have right now is 55. So just come out and have fun and play, and let's get out there and get physical and just have fun.
I keep waiting for you to say, "Let's get physical." And it's like the second time you said it.
That did occur to me.
Right? Yeah. Your Honor.
Let me sing on this Zoom conference.
Right. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Can I just add that the Guam Bar Association? I'm not sure if Paul or Marie indicated, but they're going to be providing kickballs to each participant and fund honorary ID cards. And each child will receive an event shirt, and we've had that specially designed. So, and then I think somebody might have talked about McDonald's. Is that right, Marie? Did you talk about them?
McDonald's. That's a good one, Chief. I will ask Laura about McDonald's, but
oh no, they're providing for all the food for all the athletes and their families.
Okay, we can make that happen.
Nice.
No, I think they've already volunteered to do that.
It's happening.
Yay! Okay, yeah. I'm sorry again. Laura was handling this, and I'm really sorry. But if she said it's happening, then absolutely. They've also been a great supporter. I mean, the whole community comes out. McDonald's, everybody just comes out and supports our programs. So thank you to the community. Thank you to the athletes that come out and all our partners.
Awesome. Thank you, Marie, so much for jumping on, Your Honor. Appreciate your time this morning.
Sure. You're welcome, Chris. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yes.
Sarge, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Marie.
Your Honor, thank you so much. I really do.
Thank you, Chief.
Excited for the opportunity.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. God bless.
Marie, if you want to jump on next week, because you said softball starting May 28th, let me know. Just shoot me a text if you have my number.
Yeah, no, I don't, but you can give me.
It's 688-FUNK. It's very easy to remember. Oh, we're alive, right? Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Funk, F-U-N-K. Thank you.
I'll call you.
Yeah,
All right.
call me. Okay, Marie, see you.
Adios.
Esta, there you go. Great. That's so awesome to hear. You know what I mean? So happy for the Special Olympians. Great. Just an awesome bunch of kids. Everywhere I go, when I see them, they're just so excited. I'm so excited to see them. And kickball is an amazing. It's a fun sport. And I had so much fun doing that. And I noticed with the kids now that we're out of this, pretty much out of this pandemic, guys, they're very pent up. Like even my kids, like they want to go outside. I mean, during the pandemic, I think someone did a video where it was like, stay home. And they really drilled that message into people's head to stay home. And so my kids, a lot of times they wanted to stay home and go on the device. But now we're going outside. We're playing catch. We're actually playing catch inside now. Yeah, in the hallway with the wiffle ball. So you can definitely feel like a lot of the people kids especially are pent up and they want to have fun. And so that's great, the Special Olympics Guam. And then, even Sergeant Paul, like I told you guys, I'm really happy for him because PIO work is not the most rewarding type of work, and the situations that you meet. For example, if you're covering a story and you run into Sergeant Paul DePau, it's never a good situation when you're going to interview the PIO of GPD. There's always something wrong, right? Whether it's a car crash, a murder, shooting, assault, or anything like that. So you're always coming into contact with these people in these situations where it's not the most ideal. And I think Sergeant Paul, he thrived doing that, but he really thrives in the interaction with the young people. I've seen it myself. He's done a bunch of stuff with Hemilani. And I'm just really happy for him because, like I said, I know that's where his heart is. And I think for a lot of people going through this pandemic, waking up a couple years later, a lot of us are trying to do things to follow our heart. And I'm all for it. You know what I mean? 7:57. It's Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. Good morning on you guys. Good morning, Gloria Guerrero. Good morning, Miss Gloria. Thanks for joining us. Carol Ann also joins us this morning. Mama Bear, Debbie Davis. We did have a request here from Cole Choco. The toothache prank call next. He's talking about the dental office prank call. I'll play that coming up. We're going to take a break, though, sir. We have our 8 o'clock news. And then I wanted to, because I've only got a couple weeks left, I feel like every little slot that I have on the show, it's valuable, right? As we've only got, the clock is running. And so I wanted to reach out to Penangan Project at UOG. They're kind of like a suicide awareness project. And, guys, the data on the suicides on Guam, you've been hearing it. It's bad, right? Well, they've got the numbers. And let me tell you, in black and white, yeah, it's a conversation, uncomfortable conversation that I feel like we have to have. And we're going to have it this morning, Tuesday, May 17th. Quick break, and the show continues next. Good morning.
Beat the rising gas prices.
Your middays with the menu on KUAM News Hotspot, your preview to the big news items. Broadcast on KUAM TV8 weekdays at noon with live stream on our social media platforms, plus an encore at 5 p.m. on KUAM TV11.
The Menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
We're taking care of business with GTA on KUAM Digital. Tips and advice for your business to get more productive, efficient, and streamlined with pro tips, tools, and other services. We're navigating through the best practices in tech, operations, and beyond every month with the help of our friends at GTA on KUAM Digital. GTA, we start with you.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote our Chamorro culture on the Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platforms and the KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Tropical Ice.
We're living in a new world with new ways of communicating, connecting, and moving through life.
Every day seems to be marked with change, and with all these changes, you need trusted people you can rely on for advice and insights about the things that really matter.
Let Gina and I walk you through everything you need to know about real estate, from buying to selling to renting, and all the details in between.
Join us with Jason Solis every week on House to Home.
House to Home every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, ba'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you to our sponsors, Joten Dadai Foundation, T Galleria, Tansu Lin Foundation, Elin Group, Northern Marianas College, IT&E, Marpat, Docomo Pacific, McDonald's of Saipan, Mobile Out Micronesia, Bank of Guam, Triple J, and more.
Guys, this is all fundamental stuff we started 2 months ago. All we gotta do is trust in it and lean on it and believe in each other.
If you lose the championship this year, would you consider this a failed season?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to get gangster, huh, boy?
Yeah, Tatcha, I want to get gangster. Malfunction Record present Bad to Beat Samoro.
Samoro gangster.
If you're a Filipino,
Yes, boss.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No problem.
But if you try and call me a Filipino, guaranteed I'm gonna get mad. And I am not a Latino. They thought I was in the States. If you call me a Latino, then I might just punch your face. If you don't know what I am, then please don't try and guess. Guess that Samorudu, and Samorus are the best. It's badass to be a Samoru. Banogi Samoru. 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 I ain't from Hawaii, but we kinda look the same.
More sharper.
But to me, Hawaii is a state, and to me, the states are lame.
Stale.
I am not a Howley,
Oh, you're not?
even though my last name's Barnett.
I get it.
And if you call me a Howley, then watch it, you might get dead.
Malfunction.
I could be a lot of things, but I'm not. You might think I'm this or that, but I'm not. It's badass to be a Samoru. Banogi Samoru. 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 It's badass to be a Samoru. Banogi Samoru.
0.9 FM.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about
Hey, good morning. 8:06. Tuesday, May 17, 2022. Good morning on you guys.
Keep on moving though the waters stay raging.
Cabo Enterprises, ITD, and Jack in the Box. What's up, Facebook Live? Good morning. Thank you. Here's Fantasia. To show my age a little bit, I've gotten older here at KUM. No duh, right? But I remember Fantasia when she was just a little girl performing. And now, you're all grown up, girl. You're all grown up. Doing the cover, obviously, of Montes Yahoo's One Day right there. 807 on the link. Good morning on you guys. Again, to our Facebook Live audience, thanks for jumping on. We also have a YouTube stream, right, sir? So if you want to check us out, we are streaming live, all the way live on YouTube. Thank you, guys. What do we got here? Yes, I'm going to play the dental office prank call coming up. Yeah, if you guys want to hear any of the malfunction stuff, obviously we're, going out with a... That's how we're going out. I'll be celebrating and playing it for the next couple weeks. Okay, so thank you. Again, 807, Tuesday, May 17th. Can we do the news? Yes, we can. We sure can. We'll go ahead and do that. It's brought to you by Pacific Points. Our 8 o'clock look at news here from the KUAM news team. What did I have for breakfast? I warmed up leftover pork adobo. I did. It's even better the second day. Okay, so our 8 o'clock look at news from the KUAM news team. With the very latest from the KUAM news team, again, it's your link update. Good morning.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
How's everyone? Guahusi Isaiah again, and here are your headlines on the link. Gov Guam's almost 7,500 retirees and survivors may see a modest increase in their annual cost of living allowance. A bill by Senator Amanda Shelton calls for a bump of $500 over the next 4 fiscal years.
Gov Guam retirees have not seen a COLA adjustment in 7 years. In 2015, it went from an $1,800 annual payment to $2,000. The measure by Senator Shelton would increase the COLA to $2,200 in FY 2023 and then raise it by $100 a year until it reaches $2,500 by FY 2026. Retirement Director Paula Bloss says it's been suggested before to use percentage increases for the annual payments. But there's a problem with that.
The concern I think you would probably have is if you try to apply a percentage, those with the lower annuities would get much less than those with higher annuities. And right now, the majority of our retirees receive less than $40,000 a year.
$40,000 a year, they acknowledged, is not much to live on. The law also allows for the annual COLA to be pegged to consumer price increases, but DOA Director Edward Byrne says he's not aware it's ever been adopted.
The federal government, as you pointed out, uses that methodology.
Yeah.
So if it were to be adopted or were to be actually actioned on Guam, I would agree that the CPI would be the appropriate statistic.
The Shelton bill appropriates some $16 million to DOA to cover the full cost of the increased COLA. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The Guam Election Commission is seeking some $600,000 to help pay for the primary election and early in-office voting. But the location of the selected early voting site has many people scratching their heads. KUAM's Nestor Lecanto explains.
It was Senator Tello Taitagui who asked the obvious question to Election Commission Director Maria Pangilinan. Why the Westin of all places?
It's just that the Westin is not very access friendly, but why the Westin? I mean, couldn't you find another location that's more convenient?
We went through the procurement process. We issued out an invitation for bid. They came to be the lowest, and they were still responsive even with the lower bid.
The money will come out of the general fund from collections in excess of adopted revenues. Westin will be paid $276,000 for 4,000 square feet of space from July 1st till the end of the general election in November.
It'll be not in the lobby area, but as you drive in, instead of going down to the lobby area, it's the place where the buses normally park, just as you enter Westin from the traffic light.
Taitagui also asked if there were any government-owned facilities available to save some money.
The first place we looked into was the University of Guam. the field house, because that's what we use, but we cannot have it for that length of time. And please note that at the schools, at the time we're requesting for the timing of the primary and the general, school is already open.
The Election Commission estimates there will be about 13,000 early voters, and early voting begins on July 28th. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And those were your headlines. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. And now here is your tomorrow news update with Uncle Ken.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Buenos tardes, tiget sunto gifinut sa morgan ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familian Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank. Sinaban titali na zaman ritira gi gobernamentong Guahan si Nubi gizon niya kola. Ibiyon na si Senadora Amanda Shelton sa natisay magagana ni ritiraw siya 500 pesos entre 4 anos na tempo para mona. Iman ritiraw gi gobernamentong Guahan sa timan Matsubi gizon niya kola. Para 7 anos esta na tempo. Gidos mit kin sinasakan mahat sa distimit 800 pesos esta 2,000 kada sakan. Ibiyon na si Shelton sa natisa adzo esta 2,200 pesos. Gifisko nasakan 2023 10% pesos kada sakan. Natat dinasakan siya isa 2026. Isinibi sa para 7,465 na retirao ng na survivors. Ibiyon na si Shelton sa inatorisa 16 milyon pesos para gato gi Departamento ng Administrasyon pero kinubri entero i gasto ni Cola. Mas asunto, Imentug winigi studio ni KUAM sa espesyal na celebration. Ana inti mas malik inti man set maulik. Ana mandanya at sa maestro dan maestro gin ni GDOE ni man finalist para GDOE Teacher of the Year. Gipangin na mengo na dinanya sa mali si Stephanie Concepcion. Unzom malaw dyan sen humiddi na maestrang gradon 4. Ginasan haja na banda ni Isla. Hagar na di titulon Most Outstanding Teacher. Adyo na titulo sa Gosset sa Concepcion. Para intempon niya gitson niya dyan para mo nagilinalon niya. A representa sempre si Stephanie. Isla Taguan gya National Teacher of the Year na sa sedimento sa Washington, D.C. Gimas guyan na pangin domingo na dinanya si Seferino Duaroson Jr. Maestrong gifted and talented sa Adacao Elementary na eskwela sa dosbayas ta finalist para Teacher of the Year sa ganay masen megay na onra gi People's Choice na premyo. Sen nakulo na congratulation para todi finalist ginami gunigi KUAM para todi menaulik na bilan mimizu kada dia para yeslata. Yuto muna suntog finat sa moro para paugo na matis gini KUAM News. Semanang polisia tulos semana sa este na tempo na ta-recognisay lalahi at pamalawan na suit siya ni man protektahi sa man sasadbi. Gitinito ni semana managwa ni the ceremony member at peace officer gitaluan ni Domingo gi Memorial Batch Monument Park gita hagat niya para maonra na para mahaso di 19 na opisyal ni Fesas Relay mentas masasadbi sa niya ni man matay. FN polisia Stephen Ignacio sa ngani KUAM News na kadasakan gikin sa gimadzu mandanya siya para maselebra maonra na para manaw respeto di siya man matay na polisia. Bahas siya mas para masusedi para este na okasyon pag na semana ni magpo sempre giyaji GPD Awards na banquet para Guam News Network Kubausikin Conception. Yasuto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafato ni Familian Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be with Money Map from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara. and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. No one outpieces the Hut.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Good eats, good company, and beyond good chow with Team KYM checking out Guam's most tantalizing, tempting menu items. Every Friday on The Link, listen on Breeze 93.9 FM or stream online. Brought to you by Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Listen here, mister.
Is this the dead dude in the office?
Yeah, what's up? You have an appointment?
No. Who's this?
This is Fred.
No, man, I got a bad toothache, man. I had it since New Year's Eve, man.
Okay, when's the last time you brushed your mouth?
Huh?
When's the last time you brushed your mouth?
This morning, bro.
Oh, yeah? Now, what are you using to brush on your mouth?
My toothbrush?
Yeah, with toothpaste or what?
Who's this?
This is Fred. I'm a dental aid assistant 1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me questions like that,
No,
bro?
I just need to find out about your case,
About my case?
Yeah, your case. Now you have a toothache. I need to find out about it.
No, but the way you're talking to me is like you're giving me attitude.
No, sir. What kind of toothpaste do you use?
The one to brush your teeth, never?
Yeah, no, which brand? Tell him. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, which brand?
Which brand?
Yeah, Rec Crest or, Pepsodent or... Are you trying to get where you have a toothache, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, come on down and where's your toothache at? Which tooth? In the back or the front or what?
Yeah, I'll probably come down, bro.
Okay, then. Come down and we'll take out that tooth, dude.
Fred, no?
Yeah, because actually the dentist's out, so we're just going to tie it with wire and then I'll slam the door.
Oh, yeah? Why don't I just go over there and slam your face?
Oh, because now I have a pretty face, dude.
Assembly Fred, I'll be there.
Okay, you remember where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what number you called?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
you dial 637-0094.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I know, because I'm here at I-94 malfunction and you call here. Come na yan, we'll make you Duffy. Shoot, Cello.
Stay connected through The Link. Each morning on Breeze 93.9 FM.
got to listen to the voices inside. They are wishes.
Hey, good morning. My request, the dental office prank call. Let me tell you guys a little story about that prank call. First of all, I was scared when I did that. Because it was usually with the prank calls, how it would work is people would call the radio station and they would say, hey, you know, my family member is having a birthday. Can you give them a prank for their birthday? And so it kind of became like a birthday thing because the first couple I ever did, it was somebody's birthday. And so we messed with them and it was like, hey, it's malfunction. They're like, oh my God, it's happy birthday and all that stuff. But this was one where people used to call, and this was in this studio, people used to call this number because it was almost very similar. It was like one off from the number to some dental place that was around here. So we used to get a lot of calls, and people would be like, oh, is this a dentist? And so then one time I was in here doing a prank call, and that prank call wasn't working, and then the phone rang. So I was like, oh, let me just see. So I pressed record, and it was that guy who thought he was calling the dentist. But it was just so funny to me at the time, because at the time, Julius was doing this like MMA thing, right? Remember, he fought MMA, and he was into boxing and all this stuff. So out of us, he was like the tough one. And so when the guy started talking about, hey, would you want me to come down there and slam your face? I was like, yeah, I'll come down because Julius is here. But we were both like hiding. I swear, like honest, about like 15 minutes after I hung the phone, we were like looking out the window like, oh, who's this guy? Then it was funny because I finally met the guy, a few years later. And it was just really funny because he's ended up being like a shorter guy, and but he sounded, I'm pretty sure he could really kick some ass. But I'm just saying on the phone, right? I was like, dude, this guy sounds like he has tattoos on his face, right? Goes around brass knuckles all the time. Plus, he's grouchy because his tooth is hurting. So there's a little BTS here behind the scenes for you guys on that classic icon. Can I say it's iconic? I feel like yeah. It's iconic. Malfunction prank call, the dental office. That was by request. 8:24, Tuesday, May 17th. Let's head into the KUAM News Link Zoom room where we have Andrew and Vinari standing by from Penangan. It's the University of Guam. Let me get this right. Is it a suicide awareness and prevention project?
Yes, we're the suicide prevention and suicide campus awareness program.
Right.
So we primarily focus on outreach and in prevention efforts to spread awareness of suicide, like the stats and how to get help for suicide in the campus and the broader community.
Right. And so I follow you guys on Instagram. Guys, if you guys have an Instagram, that's a great follow. They post a lot of really awesome content. And so I saw something you guys have posted recently, and I know that over at Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness, too, there was some talk about the data with suicides, which you guys have and are going to come on. And so do you guys want to just, I'll give the floor to you, and then you could, talk about the data, the numbers, the trends, whatever slides you sent over.
Sure.
And then I'll come on with some questions. Okay, so yeah, again, we're going to give the floor here to Penangan, represented this morning by Vinari and Andrew, right here on the link. It's 8:24. Go ahead.
All right. So as you all know, the last few years we've come under kind of a issue, and that issue being the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So it's really interesting to see that we've got the 2020 statistics. The 2021 isn't currently out yet. So the latest that we have for the public is for the 2020. And that's essentially the height of the pandemic, right? Because it all kind of happened around, I think it was the end of 2019. But with the statistics, at least when you look at it stateside, there was a lower reported suicide rate stateside, but that wasn't the same for Guam. When you look at Guam, we actually had a much higher suicide rate. In fact, if you look at the admissions into Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness in 2020, the statistics show that while there were overall less admissions, it was double the patients with suicide ideations and attempts. Like, it went significantly higher. You could even see that the rate for suicide increased like quite a lot from 2019 to 2020. When you look at the populations, the about 49% of the population that attempted suicide, or not attempted, but died by suicide, was those under 29 years old. So yeah, 49%. And the populations that were most at risk were the Chamorro populations, followed by the Chuukese populations.
Let me get it, because I know Andrew, I said I wanted you guys to give it the floor, but right away, I think one of the obvious questions to ask is, why do you think there's a difference between the data you saw in the States, which was lower, and the data you see here in Guam, which is, I mean, in some cases lower, but specifically dealing with suicide higher? Can you kind of explain what you guys think causes that?
So my theory when it comes to this is, I guess when it comes to suicide, Guam, when you think about stateside, the states, like they're very individualistic. You have your own little families, and when it comes down to it, I guess staying home, while it is hard to do, I get it could be a much easier transition. But like when you're in Guam, our society is very collectivistic. So what that means is we don't just have mom, dad, and children, right? We have mom, dad, aunt, grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunts, cousins, or I already said aunts, but cousins, and you have a really large family, and people were isolated. You were not allowed to go see a lot of the people that you saw as like your close family. You had to stay away from them. People were a lot closer to their grandparents, and you weren't allowed to see your grandparents because, people were afraid of giving their grandparents COVID. And not only that, just like we have quite the culture when it comes to like going out, having fiestas, parties, seeing your friends. But we could not do any of that. That was not allowed. Socializing dropped significantly. People were stuck at home, or they were supposed to be stuck at home, And not only that, like I guess when it also came to getting help, access to getting support became quite difficult. But thankfully, Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness completely revamped the phone services, and now it's super duper amazing now. They're able to get lots of calls with the crisis helpline and get a lot of help out to the people in need there. Do you have any ideas, Ben?
No, I think you covered it all. You said it so well.
I'm sorry.
So basically, and to kind of summarize what you said, Andrew, is that the pandemic hit different here because we're more intertwined, and we live, pretty much in each other's lives. Whereas in the States, you're right, there's a lot of separation.
That's what I feel was going on.
But do you think colonization, any factors with colonization play into these statistics?
Well, I'm not too sure, but when it came to the Chamorro population being the highest, the highest deaths, the highest suicide rate, there is a theory about colonization in that when it comes to if you think about any areas that have been colonized, and you look at the statistics for suicide there, it's almost always the indigenous communities that have the highest suicide rates in those areas. So whether it's the First Nations or the Aboriginals or the Native Americans, the Chamorro, like the suicide rate has always been extremely high for those populations. So that may also explain why the Chamorro have some of the highest suicide rate even in the last the last year.
Right. And so, can you go down the ethnicities again? So, Chamorros were.
So, the Chamorro had the highest suicide rate, and that's closely followed by the Chuukese populations. And when it comes to the Chuukese, I also feel like the Chuukese populations, I also feel like it's because of the separation from family, not being able to see other family members, or being, this isn't just specific for the Chuukese population, but being stuck at home. And let's say you do have let's say like spousal abuse and such, like sometimes people would be able to escape from that. But if you're stuck at home, you can't escape from that, you know? So yeah, it was the Chamorro population that was the highest, followed by the Chuukese, other Micronesians, and then it goes to like other Asians, and then like the white population, and then the Filipino population, like all much lower.
Right. So, I mean, when you look at this data, I don't know if you have access to data, to compare from, before the pandemic. You're talking about increases, right? Has it reached the state where, I mean, obviously one suicide is one too many, right? But are we in a crisis right now?
Well, if you look at data like 10, 20 years ago, right, our suicide rates are significantly higher than what it was well before. In fact, if you look at like trends, it overall shows like the suicide rate is just slowly climbing.
Venari, why do you think that is?
Well, there could be a lot of factors, but in terms of the pandemic, I think I wanted to add that I feel that financial stressors might also be a challenge and a factor to that. When the pandemic hit, people lost their jobs. Economically, most countries in Guam didn't do so well, so that could have also been a factor.
Yeah, I felt it, Venari. I remember when GDOE was first doing the food distribution, right? I went out to a couple of the lines, and you could just, in talking to people, you could feel the exasperation, the desperation, right? We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know if it was going to be, 2 months or 2 years, right? I mean, just when you talk about us living as a collective, I think I can say that collectively we were, freaking the hell out, right? I mean, to put it in that way. What about, I wanted to maybe pivot just a little bit, social media, right? There's a lot of talk about social media, and I know the AG, they're suing TikTok, right? So how much of this, and I know it's kind of like this perfect storm of the pandemic and maybe, peer pressure and social media and stuff, but how much of a factor is social media when you talk about, like false realities that people craft and just that pressure to kind of live up to this unachievable norm that many of our young people see on social media?
Would you like to have a kick at that, Ben?
Well, I'm not so sure about research in the studies, but we've read that social media has been a factor to depression and other mental illnesses. And one of the risks of suicide is having a history of mental illness. So it's related.
Andrew?
So when it comes to, just like you were saying, when it comes to social media and such, people follow what they want to follow, right? So you can create like a perfect vacuum of just the things that you want to see. But sometimes there are people you see the things you want to see, and then people also can strive. They're like, oh, these people that I follow or my friends on social media, their lives are like this. Why isn't my life like this? Why can't I have a life like this? I want something like they're doing, but I can't get that. And they just end up comparing what people are posting to their own personal life. And even though when it comes to people that are posting their things, that may not be the actuality when it comes to their life, right?
Yeah.
People post the perfect moments. They post moments of happiness, but they may not actually be all that happy as well.
Right. I mean, I feel you on this, Andrew. I mean, even as an adult looking at social media, it's very easy to get, caught up in what you see and make comparisons to your own life. But you're right. I mean, we don't only just see what we want to see. We create a reality that we think other people are going to want to see. I mean, take my social media, for example. I actually had a laugh about this last night. So I went on the air, made an announcement, and, my Instagram is just blowing up all day. People like, you're a legend, you're the GOAT, thank you for your service. So humbling, right? But at the end of the day, I go home, I crawl into my bed all by myself, and I curl up with my pillow and go to sleep alone, So, I mean, it's funny. And I'm not saying that I have a problem with that. I'm just saying you never really know what someone's reality is, even my reality, right? And that's the thing with social media is, I feel like when it first started, it was probably as real as it could be. But then as it went on with the advent, with the Kardashians and so-called reality TV and just this insane world that I think for the most part, regular people, they get it. They get that that's not reality, right? But again, when you have younger people, they aren't able to differentiate between, what's real and what's social media real. I think that's where it kind of gets really sketchy.
Yeah, exactly. Some people may confuse what's real for social media to be completely real in everyday lives. Not everything you see on the internet is real. Shocker, I know. But,
Spoiler alert.
But when it comes to just what you see on the internet, don't believe everything is to be as perfect as some people make it out to be.
Right. So we have a problem. How do we reach people? I know that's a big part of what you guys do at the University of Guam. And I think the first thing is, right, we do have a problem, so you acknowledge you have a problem. How do you reach out to people? And how accurate is that thing that you always hear, ask your friends how they're doing, check on your friends, ask them how's their mental health. Does that work?
Want to have I go at it, Ben?
What we've been teaching in our presentations for suicide prevention is to always be specific. When you ask or when you're wondering if someone is thinking of suicide, be specific and ask them, are you thinking of suicide? Because if you just beat around the bush and you just ask them, are you thinking of hurting yourself? That's really broad. It could mean a lot of things. You're not so sure if it's suicide or not. And it's always good to take it seriously whenever you suspect it, because you never know. It's better to be safe than to be sorry.
Right.
When it comes,
Andrew, when you're asking someone, are you thinking about suicide? And let's say they say yes. What do you do then?
And so when you ask someone and they say yes, they're thinking about suicide, everything, like whether you are being 100% serious or not, everything does become serious right then and there. If someone does say that they've thought about suicide, just sit down, talk to them, and just see what's up with them, like see what's going on. As you talk to them, you can find out like the issue that's causing them to become suicidal, if they're willing to open up to you about it. But be sure to see if they have a plan when it comes to suicide, because of all the warning signs that we like to tell the people that we present to, like of all the warning signs, the biggest red flag to know of is whether they have a plan for suicide or not. Because like a wedding, the more details you have like planned out, like once you have a date, once you have a place, and how it's going to happen, all you have to do is follow through. There's no more planning involved.
Right.
And it's the planning that's like the most difficult part. If they have a plan, that's extremely serious and you have to get them help. And
do you guys do like not acting, but I mean when you're talking about this conversation, right, Ven? I mean, I'm asking my friend, are you having suicidal thoughts? They say yes. How do I get to that point where without it sounding like, well, how are you going to do it? Or do you have a plan? I mean, how do you How do you guys advise people to move forward in a conversation like that? Or is that when you call a professional or something? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You want to go, Ben?
Oh yeah, so in our suicide prevention trainings or presentations, we have a little activity where we list out the risk factors of suicide, like alcohol or drug abuse or isolation. So we list all that out and we ask people to say, sometimes people who think of suicide might be experiencing a lot of drug use or alcohol abuse, and you seem to have some of these traits. Are you thinking of suicide? Yeah, so that's typically how we would teach how to ask that question.
And when it comes to suicide or like checking up on your friend, like sure, you may think it's an awkward thing to bring up, but when someone thinks about it, like let's say if you really aren't feeling you haven't been feeling normal then, and I'm worried about you, if I straight up come up and ask you, are you thinking about suicide, like after talking to you a little bit, it may feel weird to the person asking it, but the person that is receiving, like who's being asked, may not feel like it's weird at all. Like, sure, you're essentially showing that you care enough to ask about that. It could feel like an awkward topic to bring up, but if it's something that can save a life, then do it. It doesn't matter if it feels a little awkward. It's something that, well, can save a life.
Right. Yeah. How normal is it to have suicidal thoughts? Is it normal?
Here and there, like let's say if you make a mistake and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna kill myself, like that's pretty normal, right? But but if it goes to the point where if you keep making mistakes and then you're like, I'm gonna kill myself, and then you really go to like, okay, I once you really start thinking more into it, not just saying, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, right? Once you start thinking more into it, then it becomes much more of an issue, because it can also be something that I've said it before, like it's like, oh no, I'm going to kill myself, but I didn't actually mean it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're feeling depressed, if you constantly start thinking about it, and it evolves then into more than just that, then that's when suicide may be a real big issue.
Well, you guys are doing great work. How do people get a hold of you if they want to find out more about? You know what I love about you guys' Instagram, first of all, is I feel like you really put the information out there in a way that's accessible. You know what I mean? Not, dumping a bunch of data on our head. I like the graphics you use. It makes it real easy to understand, right?
Go Ben.
Thank you. So I have our credentials right here. You can follow us on Instagram if you want to know more, or if you have any questions, you can message us at UOG Ipanengan on Instagram. And if you want to email us, you can email us at ipanengan@triton.uog.edu.
Andrew, anything in closing?
So when it comes to suicide, suicide is never just your own issue. Like suicide is everyone's business, right? So don't try to make it personal or anything. Like if your friend is thinking about suicide, if you think your friend is thinking about suicide, check up on them. Be sure to ask them directly, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself? And be genuine with them. If they do open up to you, don't just tell them don't do that, it's wrong. Let them open up to you. And then try your best to find help.
Yeah, at what point though do you do that, find help?
Well, say if your friend is thinking about suicide, or say if they're not thinking about suicide, but they do need help. regarding something, let's say they're feeling depressed or anything like that. We do have the 24-hour crisis helpline in Guam, and it's 647-8833, and they'll be able to help you. They'll be able to connect you to local resources to get you the help that you need, whether you are extremely suicidal or whether you have any other mental health issues that you really need to work out.
Thank you, Andrew. Ven, anything in closing before I let you go?
Well, thank you for having us. I hope your audience follows us on Instagram. We'll be posting more campaigns. Right now we have a self-care campaign. It's very interactive, very educational, sometimes fun.
Right. Ven, before, can you maybe tell us a little bit about exactly what self-care is? But, for some people in my generation, I'm 47, they hear this, they think, oh, it's a woke thing. Is it real? It's real, though. And explain what it is.
Oh, well, essentially self-care is just taking care of yourself. That could be physical self-care, practical self-care, mental self-care. There's a lot of different kinds of self-care, even spiritual self-care. So it's just taking action, doing things to maintain your health or prevent illness in the future. So especially for mental illness, self-care is really important. Every day we experience different stressors. And every day we have to reduce our stress or maintain our health because of all these things we experience. So self-care is really important. It's not a selfish thing. It's necessary. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about self-care, you can find a lot of that information on our Instagram.
Give us some examples, Van. Like, what do you do for self-care?
Oh, well, everyone is different. Everyone has different preferences and needs. So for me, I find that taking naps helps a lot, or taking cold showers. Andrew doesn't like that I take cold showers because he thinks it's weird. But like I said, everyone's different.
Yeah.
I think cold showers helps with anxiety, or it helps wake you up in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
I took a lot of those growing up because we didn't have hot water. Yeah, it does. It does help you get going in the morning. Andrew, what do you do for self-care?
For self-care, so let's say I come home from a very stressful day at work. I like to sit down, unwind, play a nice game for a little bit, just to completely relax and chill out. I like nice hot showers, Ben. Thank you. Because, I feel like the steam will clear the mind, and it just feels really nice and relaxing to have the hot water on the skin.
Right on. I'm more of a bubble bath boy myself. There you go. So follow them on Instagram. Find out more about self-care. They're doing really good work. Thank you, Van. Andrew, thank you for answering the call to come on, my friend.
Thank you very much for having us.
Of course. Van, have a great week.
You too. Have a wonderful week.
That's that, Joss. Good stuff there. UOG Ipinangan Project. They're on Instagram. Like I said, they got a lot of great posts on Instagram. Very accessible, especially for the youth. 8:49. Sir, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of The Link, which is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, ITN, and Jack in the Box. Next, good morning.
Rise and shine with...
Communications continues our perpetuation of our Chamorro culture, language, and heritage with features available to our listening and viewing audience, including streaming of Chamorro music 24 hours per day on Isla Digital Radio on KUAM.com and the KUAM News app. Chamorro News Update, weekdays on The Link and the KUAM News YouTube channel. Conversations about life in our Chamorro language podcast, Cuentos Tapaco, with Kin Conception. Seasonal specials, shows, and other features highlighting the beauty of our language, culture, and history. It's a new era of our continued commitment to our Chamorro heritage. Isla, watch, listen, stream. Viva Isla!
Let us know what's up on our KOM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the Sinamay, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
Listen, watch, and learn from the daily Chamorro News updates from KUAM News. Catch them on The Link during the 8 o'clock hour, streaming online on Isla Radio, or on the KUAM News YouTube channel for your convenience. Tune in and stay informed, all while preserving our precious culture through the daily use of our native Chamorro language. Chamorro News updates are brought to you by your familia at First Hawaiian Bank. Uno Mixed. We're mixing it up on the last Thursday of every month with a look at lifestyle, entertainment, food, and so much more on the stations, networks, and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Uno Mixed is presented to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Good eats, good company, and beyond good chow with Team KUAM checking out Guam's most tantalizing, tempting menu items. Every Friday on The Link, listen on Breeze 93.9 FM or stream online. Brought to you by Devondale, real milk from free grazing cows. Catch Sports Link on The Link every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. Sports Link airs every Friday on Breeze 93.9 FM and streaming online across our multimedia platforms. Sports Link is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape and Taco Bell. Live Mas.
Called up to complain about malfunction. Had like the biggest problem with it. He was saying it was disrespectful, making fun of the rosary, all this stuff. But what I couldn't find when I was going through all the old files is this guy, and I'll play it in a second. This guy ended up calling me back like a few years later, and he was like, Chris, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Mr. Flunky. And I was like, oh, dude, I totally remember you, Mr. Flunky. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You know, man, we're big fans. So I thought that was kind of cool. 854 again. So when people talk about having haters, I had haters since way back. But I'm so happy that, at least in this case, this one went from a hater to a lover. 854 again. This is The Link, Cabo Enterprises, ITN, and Jack in the Box. It's the Flunky Man.
Can one of you guys act like there's an adult for once? I want to make a complaint. If you guys show, it got to stop. To me, it's not right for minors on the air, because I drop my nieces down and my nephews to school, and you guys do this Nevada thing, which is not appropriate. That's not right, and all that other, flunky stuff you guys do. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's too flunky. It's not right. It's flunky. It's like you're not doing the right thing. It's stupid and lame. That guy Chris there is brain dead, which is true because you guys say stupid stuff on the air. For what? Well, you're just making a fool out of yourself on the air. That's all it is.
Stay connected through The Link each morning on Breeze.
This is all fundamental stuff we started 2 months ago. All we gotta do is trust in it and lean on it and believe in each other.
We're living in a new world with new ways of communicating, connecting, and moving through life.
Every day seems to be marked with change, and with all these changes, you need trusted people you can rely on for advice and insights about the things that really matter.
Let Gina and I walk you through everything you need to know about real estate, from buying to selling to renting, and all the details in between.
Join us with Jason Solis every week on House to Home.
House to Home every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, ba'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you to our sponsors, Joten Dadai Foundation, T Galleria, Tansu Lin Foundation, Elin Group, Northern Marianas College, IT&E, MarPac, Docomo Pacific, McDonald's of Saipan, Mobile Out Micronesia, Bank of Guam, Triple J, and more.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale, with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8, or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
That I'm very proud to have been able to do here with KUAM, and I couldn't have done it if they weren't down. And it kind of will seg into our next segment with this, is support the local music, right? I mean, ever since I was at Hit Radio 100, before I came back to KUAM, I had this idea that, you know, a lot of what we were doing back then, it was, we're celebrating like Hawaii. And I don't know if that's just where we were as a people. We didn't have the pride in ourselves like we do now in 2022. But that was kind of like why I did that whole Hawaiian Chamorro song, which is why I've always hated on like showing of the shaka. I mean, I'm okay with it now. You know, I gave up basically. But always tried to really promote, instead of looking outward for the stars, right, which we do anyway with Hollywood, I wanted to make us look inward at each other, because I always felt like we had so many awesome things to be proud of here on Guam and here in the islands, right? We do. I mean, we've got a great history as a Chamorro people, right? We go back farther than the Egyptians and the pyramids. And I mean, even when you talk about musicians, right? Or comedians. I always felt like our, you know, Sus Chamorro, I felt like Sus Chamorro, Tony Lamrena back in the day, they could have held their own against like the Andy Bumatais or whatever Hawaiian poi dog we were elevating at that time. And so that was kind of like, with Andy, Julius, and I, how we wanted to go, was we wanted to make people proud of Guam, right? And that was like where we were coming from, right? We wanted you guys to joke about our culture, to talk about our culture, to do lady voice on our culture. You know what I mean? That was just like everything we're trying to. And if there was a criticism that we were levying against an elected official or whatever, it was always from a place of, and I'll be honest, trying to shame them into doing the right thing, or just calling it out with the idea that eventually it would stop that kind of behavior, and we would end up having the right thing being done. And so in doing that, a big part of it was also promoting the local music, because we were just really into all the Hawaiian stuff. And I felt like with, DUB, KC Savage K, Conception, a lot of that first wave, first issue, John Palau, a lot of the rap guys, we had a lot to be proud of, like in the early 2000s. And from those people, and many more artists that I'm brain farting right now to mention, but they kind of grew this movement. Now, where are we now, right? We went from having, Lovin' Off a Day, Frankie from, Freddie from, and even John Dank Show came, and we had them in these little tiny settings, right? Way back in the beginning. And now our people are doing festival shows around the world. So it's just amazing to me. And supporting the local music, I always knew that it was going to pay off, not monetarily, right, but just pay off in terms of get people to hear these records, get them to know these songs, get them to love their local artists. And a big part of that for me was when I met these local artists, it was kind of getting them to apply the radio business standards to what we were doing locally, right? So in radio, right, from the programming side, here's a little behind the scenes stuff. But songs are usually promoted as singles, right? And so you have an album, and then, you know, the song they would want to promote off that album would tend to be like the good song or the catchy one. And so a lot of these artists would come with songs, and I'd be like, you know, why don't you try something like play that other song? We'll play the other song. It's catchier. It's whatever. And so kind of training the artist to get into that mentality of having these, you know, ways to get their content out there, I think was really awesome. And really, I mean, to this day, like, I still listen to the Zero Downs. I still listen to the Casey Savage K's. You know what I mean? I listen to the Rock Bottoms. That's like what I listen to because I'm proud and I love the local music. And I'm so grateful that Burger King has supported whether it's Cover Me Today or Live Local Fridays from back in the day. You know, we did Live Local Fridays for like years, right? We had so many great bands come through the Live Local Fridays space. And so thank you to Burger King. It has been an amazing run with Burger King supporting the local music. And they continue to do it right up to today, right now even. And so we'll do this Cover Me segment. And I love this song because I feel like it really bridges the generations, right? So we had Mariana's Homegrown, and then we had Frankie and a CT, and a lot of the kids from the Mariana's Homegrown, you know, people, whether it was Trey Cunningham or the McCarrolls. You had Mariana's Homegrown, and then you had their kids, and then you have now this young cat, Micah Manaitai, who covered Inner Voices and totally flipped that song. I mean, right? This is an iconic song, and part of me, when I saw that, when I got the track, I was like, oh, no, he didn't cover Inner Voices. How dare you? But I got to say, the boy, he killed the young man. He killed it. He killed this version of Inner Voices. And so I think that's really cool how generationally you could have Mariana's Homegrown, and then it carries on with their kids, and then on to this, you know, newer generation of local performers. And you see it, man, the tributes that they pay to Chamorro, not just local, but Chamorro music as well. I mean, from Microchild to, you know, Candy Taman to Fluffy, everyone is just paying tribute to the legends, the masters of not just local music, but Chamorro music. And I think that means a lot when you have these artists now who are, we look up to them and they're so cool, right? Because they are. I mean, we got some cool artists. But for them to be so cool and to be so into Chamorro music and then not even an issue, they're going to go launch into, you know, 3 Chamorro songs during their gigs. I think that's a huge win for us as a people. So anyway, 9:04. Thank you, guys. There's going to be a lot of this going on for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to probably have more behind-the-scenes stories than you guys might want to hear, but it is what it is. So I said it. First time this week. Last show next Friday, so we're getting there. And we're leaving you with this. Burger King, proud to present Cover Me. Again, it is Inner Voices with Micah Manaitai, Guahusi Chris, Esta Gupa. Adios!
Come and stay with me for a while. Let my morning sun be your smile. If you touch me, you know I'll be touching you. That's the way it is. You know we can make it come true. You got to listen to the voices There are wishes that sometimes hide. Listen to the voices singing inside. To you, yes, to you. Kusinya sumagahau ratu. Bisa kumugi konta sa parahaku. Sadek kumugi istoya giniwa. Loe kumugi konta sa parahaku. Tahaku, hagu tahu. You come and stay with me for a while. Sinya sumagahau ratu. Maybe someday we might have a child. Lihat kuat born into love that you and I know. Fanaku ay kini umagwatata. Hear voices singing as we ta'i kanta, makakanta para hanggang. So listen to the voices. 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 Echoes going. Listen to the voices. Echoes going. Listen to the voices. Listen to the voices.